yo. Yo, late night art stream? Yeah, late night art stream because I'm free from having to go to work in an hour or two-ish. So we're gonna do a late night art stream on a Tuesday. I haven't streamed on a Tuesday in a very long time. Usually busy on Tuesdays, but today I'm not. It's your girl Soren, let's go. Yeah, hi Sleepodachi, how are you? Hello, welcome, welcome. The 70 stream streak is crazy. You're currently on a streak. Puny baby stream streak. A stream streak for a baby. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. Oh. How are you guys doing? How's everybody doing tonight? I am Big Mama Pickle is quite the name. A Big Mama Pickle is delicious though. A big old pickle, they're so crunchy. They're so delicious. I love pickles. Maybe I should buy some pickles. Just it's been a long time since I've had a big old pickle. I had a really good sleep today. I posted that in the Discord, but I had a really good sleep. Yesterday I spent my entire day drawing, which is no surprise to anybody, I'm sure. I'm up to like 6 pages of my comic, lined, which is crazy. It takes me a bit though. Perspective is a bitch. My ass was like, yeah, backgrounds. But I got 6 pages done. I'm gonna try and do it in kind of like a conveyor belt fashion a little bit, where like every chapter is on like its own step. So I'm always kind of like moving forward. But I'm making progress. Things are coming together and it feels great. It feels fantastic. I had a tiring day, but I was reading some mild writing today. And how'd that go? Always forward. Always towards mirror. Always towards mirror. A trying day? Trying or tiring? I guess those kind of mean almost the same thing. I got up, so originally I wasn't gonna. I need to get shampoo because I ran out because I thought I had more than I did. And I was like, but then Tara was like, I could just get you some after work, and I'm like, yeah, but like, I should go and walk. So I went to the store and I got some shampoo and I got bread and I got Swiss rolls. Yummy. Because I was like, and I was really proud of myself because I could have just stayed in the air-conditioned room. It was very cozy after I woke up. But I was brave and I got up. I think reading the old writing was interesting. I forgot about some things. Was it like something specific? Like, I don't know. Like, was it like an old version of like something that you're working on now, or was it something that you had like completely forgotten about and kind of put to the side, or like what kind of old writing did you go read? I feel like reading old writing to me always makes me cringe, which is like the litmus test for me for when I write something that I like. Like when I was doing the storyline for my comic, no, the outline, I didn't read it for like a few months, and then I was like, well, if I don't cringe at some of these, I think I'm gonna feel pretty positive. And when I reread it, I didn't cringe too much. And I was like, yeah, let's go! Let's fucking go! I like where it's heading! And that felt really good. Felt really good. Hell yes, Swiss rolls. Yeah, they're like really fluffy Swiss rolls. They're not just like they were expensive Swiss rolls. You only get 4. Details about a character's mom. It definitely has some cringe to it, and it got that old ass formatting. All that. But isn't it kind of cool to like go back and be like, look at how much I've improved. Like, look at me. I'm improving. I'm doing better. You know, I wouldn't have written this or something. Today I would do a much better job at it, but I still think I did a pretty good job back then. I think, I don't know. But cringe is good. Yeah, but you know, when you're like writing a story and you're like, oh my god, this hurts me to read back, like other people aren't even reading it, and I'm just like, I don't want to. It's always, I'll never reach these peaks again. Oh no, I'm sorry. Oh, I always. Oh. I get like moments where I'm like, I don't know. I feel like things that I have that are super popular, like my most popular artwork isn't like my favorite, and then my favorite artwork is shit that people don't care about. Like when I switch to the art stream, I'm working on the same fucking thing I have for the last 3 streams, and it's approaching 40 hours. And I really like it. I was like, I'm having so much fun. It's probably gonna be like my new favorite piece lately. I'm sure when I post it, no one's gonna care. It's gonna be like, oh yeah, moving on. And and then I'll be like, I like this one a lot. And then I'll be like, damn, I really wish I drew something like this again. Make a story, but it's like Persona 4 and you accept the cringe instead of your shadow. Maybe that can come next. Maybe. It's just hard because like you want to make something that's good, you know, it's this fun balance, I guess, because like people are gonna be like write the things that you want to write, but then also you don't want to just write and avoid, right? And you want to like write things and make stories that other people are gonna like because you want to share it. But the reality is that people liking what you write isn't 100%. It's getting them to actually look at it. That's insanely difficult, and not even just look at it, but to actually like look at it, like not just open the page, but like actually read the words or the images on the page, and that's immensely difficult. And the quality of the story almost has nothing to do with that, you know. It's this weird thing that you have to like learn, that it's not the quality of your story. Like you could write the most dog shit thing but sell it really well and people will click and read it, and you could write the most excellent literary thing and sell it poorly and no one's gonna read it, despite the quality of both end products being vastly different spectrums of good. And it's like borderline impossible, right? And it's like, well, I want to share it, you know, and then people don't read it or engage with it. And then you're like, oh, well, I guess it sucked. But then it's like, realistically, it's not even that the end product is bad. It's just from inception to presentation, you failed the marketing step that you didn't even know was there and didn't even really want to engage with, because it's like, I just want to make a thing and share it, and then everyone's like, well, you gotta market, and it's like, I hate this step. I hate it. It's stupid. I'm gonna flip over to the art screen now. I hate the step that is marketing. But then like you look at it and it's so like antithetical to what you want to do. It's like, I don't want to sit here and think about ways to sell it, but then it's like, yeah, but then people might read it. And it sucks because they're both like diametrically opposed to each other. If I knew how to market, I would be winning. Yeah, marketing is a step. It's a whole thing. It's a whole different skill set. And the problem with marketing is that it involves many other things. Like, you need to be consistent. You need to set, like, I'm in a webcomic Discord and people are helping each other write their summary blurbs. Because they're like, it needs to be short and sweet and to the point. And then everyone like helps each other. Like, they're like, does this thumbnail look better or does this one? And everyone's like helping each other kind of like move towards the ones that are going to bring people. Like, it's like, you could like this one a lot, but this one is going to grab people's attention. And everyone's kind of like they understand, right? Because everyone gets it. Everyone gets it. Like, you love this thing that's in it, but you want people to read it. So you need to go with option B and not A, okay? Like, it is wholesome. It's wholesome, especially when you're in a group of people who understand the project, right? It's not just like, you're in this group of people who are all like, oh, no one reads it, and I want someone to read it. Everyone in there is like, there's a list of everyone's stories that have been published, and everyone encourages everyone to read them, and people do. It's insane, because like, people are like, I've been reading it, and I love this panel, and they'll like show the panel and be like, here's some things that I think maybe you should clarify. Like, it's wonderful, actually. It's fantastic. because it's like that open, like, it's not malicious. It's not like anyone being like, this sucks. It's like, maybe you could do this, but I really love like these panels that you did and stuff. And it's like open critique, but it's also like open praise. You know, it's they found the balance, and people are like, how do I do this? And everyone's like, oh, here's some suggestions. Here's some things maybe you should do. Avoid these kind of things. And there's no, one of the things I hate the most is asking for advice. I've on Artful. I don't know if no one uses Artful. I love Artful. It's the worst art site you could ever be on, but it's also the best. I was like, does anyone have any tips for Instagram? Because my Instagram, I don't know what the fuck to do. If I don't care enough for Instagram to go and figure it out, it's just like, what should I be doing differently? And instead of people being like, this is what you should do on Instagram, it's like, Instagram's trash. Don't do. No one is like that. People are like, I use this and I do this. I don't really like this site, so I don't use it. But how's this one? And it's very nice. It's very nice. So it's just like helping people move towards the marketing step, because it is such a like, you're just sitting there drawing and you want an outcome, but the step that get you the outcome is the worst fucking thing to exist in the history of forever. And in your options are be incredibly annoying, which then you start being like, oh my god, I'm fucking annoying people every day, being like, please read my story. I hate it when you ask for tips to use a certain product and then someone is like, use this instead. Like, thanks, but I didn't ask. Yeah, exactly, right? How do I get a following on Instagram? They're like, don't use Instagram. I'm like, okay, you're wasting my time and you wasted your time. Thank you for wasting two people's times. I don't mind when people are like, have you considered using this or whatever, like, but also giving like an answer, you know? But like, if you answer the question and then pose another option, I think that's fine. But if you're just gonna be like, don't do it, it's a fucking waste of time. Oh my god, I haven't even gone to drawing. But yeah, marketing sucks, and it's a whole bunch of like, you have to like divorce yourself from any outcome and just make a bunch of small steps. And that's what sucks so much about it, is that like, it's like small, incremental, consistent, mindful, and intentional everyday steps that will hopefully eventually lead to an outcome that you desire. But by the time you get to that outcome, you've moved your own fucking goalpost. You are always sabotaging yourself. That's a lot of steps to take in, yeah. Consistent, mindful, intentional steps, and you divorce yourself from the success and or failure. It's crazy. Self-sabotage too, yeah. You have to like move past the self-sabotage, which sucks, because you can easily do it. You can be like, well, no one's paying attention. Right? No one gives a shit about what I'm doing. So why do I even keep doing it? And it's like, because you should like it, right? It's impossible to divorce yourself from the results. I don't think so. I mean like emotionally. Like, if say like you make a post being like, whatever, like, please read my story, and you get like nothing. No one bites, whatever. No one reads it. And then you're like, oh wow, my self-worth is shot to shit. And you don't like think, okay, well, what did I do wrong in this post? Did I use the wrong tags? Did I post at the wrong time? And then you're like, okay, well, tomorrow I'm going to use this tag and I'm going to post at this time. And then you kind of like, it stops being like emotional, and you start like analytically thinking about it. So you're not like, oh wow. And then you're like, okay, well, this seems to be working. And then this wasn't. So I'm going to keep doing this. And that's the way I view a lot of it. And especially like the art aspect, where I can like really enjoy working on something, but I'm not uploading it for about a month. So then my emotional investment in the piece succeeding, like, I'm not as excited about it. I'm like, okay, like today I scrolled up and I was like, what's the next thing I need to post? And I was the egg thing. So then I posted the egg, and now I've posted everywhere, and then I went and ate dinner. I just think it's really important. Oh, I'm the wrong layer. Oh, whoa. I just think it's really important to not to not put your self-worth in any of that. Even though it's very difficult. It's nice eggs, by the way. Which egg is your favorite? Oh my god, I love Eggs Benedict. I love Eggs Benedict covered in mayonnaise. I have block instead of ban. I got it. I banned them. Don't worry. But it's really easy, you know, to be like, I'm really bad at this thing. I shouldn't even be doing it because blah, 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 blah. But we're also like super delusional at the end of the day, and you can be like, well, I've been doing this for like XY years, and I haven't seen any like moderate success. But then you're like, you kind of gotta like, I guess humble. I guess I don't know if humble's the right word, because it's about like engaging with the things that you, as a creative, probably don't want to engage with. That is just too like businessy. Be realistic. No, I don't think being realistic is even correct. I think it's more like a perspective shift, because you could be like, I'm gonna be realistic. I've been doing this, like if I wanted to be honest, I could be like, I've been trying to become a professional artist for 10 years and it hasn't worked. So realistically, I should just stop and find a new job. Or you could be like, what about these 10 years has worked? What have I enjoyed? What hasn't worked? And what have I been avoiding? And what do I keep pushing aside? And then you kind of focus in on those things. Because realism is going to be different for everybody based on your own perspective. There's like no unified reality on what you should do, and you're like the only person who can decide that on what your own realistic persuasion is going to be, if that makes sense. And then you also gotta like, I think, okay, but isn't there like a point where you gotta cut your losses? Because there's always those moments when you gotta ask yourself if you really want to go through this thing. Yeah, and I mean, that's again up to a personal like point, right? Like that's your own personal situation. If you're like, I'm gonna give myself 2 years to like do this creative endeavor, then yeah, like if that's your own goal. But if you're like, I have been making the wrong choices for 10 years and I'm gonna try and start making the right choices today, that's completely different. You can cut your losses if you feel like it, but like, I'm fucking stupid and I'm not gonna stop. And I think the indomitable human spirit of my own veracity and determination, because there's only one fucking thing in this world that I like to do, and that's draw, and I'm just gonna keep doing it. I'm gonna keep doing that. And I'm not gonna give up. I gotta re-examine what I'm doing. What am I making? What am I trying to say? I love that. What things have I done that have worked? What things have I done that don't work? What things have I done that have worked that I don't like? What things have I done that didn't work but I did like? What is my objective? What kind of people do I even want to see it? What kind of things do I want to do? And like, what mistakes and stuff did I make along the way? I'm gonna set it 2 years to learn and animate Blender and stop on X amount of time. If I don't grow, get hired. Yeah, but also you have to have steps in between that, from today to learning, like to getting hired. Like if you're gonna do that, you also have to have like a game plan. I mean, you can totally wing it, but I would recommend being like, I'm gonna do this course, and I'm gonna dedicate X amount of hours every day, or like Monday to Friday, or on my days off, whatever, whenever you can have time that works for your life, because everyone's life is different. And kind of like give yourself a plan. And short-term plan, like short goals, work a lot better than being like, in 5 years, I'm going to be the president of Blizzard. You know, from my lowly Canadian hovel to living in California, and I will own Blizzard. That's unrealistic. on many accounts, but you know what? It could happen. I think, so from my own personal experience, and this is personal, so I'm not trying to like tell anybody else how they can do things. And obviously this whole thing is like, you need to consider it for yourself. You need to like think about, you know, your own personal stuff and whatnot. But I spent a lot of time not drawing in like 2024 and 2025. And I kind of just sat there laying in my bed incredibly depressed. Because at the time I kind of hated drawing. I wasn't making things that I was happy with. I wasn't making things that were getting me closer to where I wanted to be. And I was going about things in pretty much like I need to do this thing, but actually doing this would probably be more helpful. And just not doing it for a while, and like, I guess it's there. I watched an interview with Stan Prokopenko the other day, and he was like, letting yourself be bored and thinking gets you a lot of like solutions, if that makes sense. Not but like possible solutions, and making just daily micro decisions and compromises. And I was like, yeah, when I was kind of like sitting there like, what the fuck am I gonna do with my life at this point? Because my life at that point was like, oh wow, I just want to kill myself right now. Hey Bubbles, thank you for the lurk. And I was like, okay, well, there's things that I want to do. There's things that I haven't been doing. There's things that I've always wanted to do, and why haven't I do? And then I was like, I want to draw things that make me excited. I want to draw my own characters. I really want to tell stories. I do have things that I should be doing. Like, I should be on like Upwork or Upstart. What is it? Is it Upstart or Upwork? And like applying to like small freelance positions. I'm locking on Blender thing now. Wish me luck. Best of luck. You go animate in Blender. I'll update you in 2 years. All right. Set that reminder for like, at least for me, it's May 26th, 2028. But you have till May 27th, 2028 to get hired animating in Blender. Let's go. I'm from the future. Yeah. And then it's kind of like spending all this time doing stuff. You kind of like hit a point where you're like, I've done these things. So then you can kind of reevaluate and be like, and it's reevaluating realistically and neutrally. Neutral is the way, okay? Like being, it's hard to not fall into like black or white thinking about the things that you do, because some things can just exist as being kind of like, oh, I should improve on this, or I should improve on this, or I'm all right at this, I'm all right at that. And you don't have to be like, I'm a god at this, and I'm fucking dog shit at this. Because then you're like swinging the pendulum, and you just want to stay in the middle. You want to like realistically, but as neutrally think about it as possible. So you're not tearing yourself down, and you're also not building an ego at the same time. Because those are two things that fuck you super bad. Being super self-deprecating and having too much of an ego, fuck you. So badly. I probably raid lesson 14 to learn stuff. That's gonna make me sad. But if it's necessary, if I want to keep my current job and learn Blender and still play 14, yeah. And there are certain sacrifices, I guess. But it's also like, when you kind of like step back, right? Like, step back and kind of ask yourself, if there's something that you really, really, really want to do in your life, okay? Like, Blender is a fantastic, let's just say Blender. Everybody in chat wants to learn Blender right at this moment and has wanted to learn Blender for like 15 years, you know? And you just haven't done it yet. And then you kind of like step back. You step back from the desk and you go, Do I really need to spend 4 hours every day gaming? Could I spend 2? Could I spend 1 and still be happy? And then you kind of like think, what other things do I do to waste my time? Scrolling on Reddit is something that I'm really bad at. Scrolling on Blue Sky and Twitter at the same time, I waste my time doing all the time. And you kind of can just go, what if I did that less, but intentionally? You have to like intentionally be thinking about it. And then you just gain more time for Blender. And then you kind of just realize the things that are important to your goals and then remove them or make them less important. And then you put in more things that are important to you. I don't know if that makes sense, but that's my existence right now. Yo, late night stream. Yeah, CJ, hello. I haven't played a game. I mean, I launched 14 to not lose my house on Saturday? Or no, Sunday night? But then I just went back to drawing. And I think mine swung too much in the other direction of too much productivity. But I have not played a game on my own time in months. Not since March. The last time I played Octopath was the last time I just like launched a game to play it, and that was in March. I mean, I guess 14 updated, and that's something different. But I play Ace Attorney because it's the stream game, and then I play games on Mondays with friends, and I don't just be like, okay, well, I'm by myself, I can do whatever I want, and my choice is to draw. And I'm not saying everybody needs to do that. I'm not saying that everybody needs to go to that extent. I think you should still probably play games. You should probably still watch YouTube. You should probably mindlessly do things that you like to do to relax. But I have gone in the completely opposite direction. And I am like, right now, my clip has my average active. So clip records time for something, but it won't record your AFK time. Like this canvas is recording the work time, but only when I'm touching it like this, okay? It's only recording time when something's happening. This canvas is at 40 hours. My daily drawing time on clip is at 10 for the last week. The only game I've really played for myself recently is Lost and Found Co. That's fair. Is there anything you're trying to get done, accomplish, CJ? I mean, yeah, you're like building your Gundam, right? And I don't think everything has to be super serious, but I think games and like entertaining yourself on whatever, like YouTube, Twitch, TikTok, Instagram, social media, you kind of like have to think about how much time that takes up in your life and how much space in your brain that takes up. And it, like, when you don't do it as much, it's like my brain is clear and I can do the things that I want to do. Yeah, that, work, and well, what happened yesterday, today. Yeah. Like, me and my partner do these tech-free days every couple weeks, where basically, once we're both awake, until the sun, well, because we wake up in the afternoon, until the sun goes down, we are not allowed to use our phones, and we're not allowed to go on the computer. Or tablets, like no internet connection, like normal technologies like the light switches. The record player is allowed, and we can buy things at a store. But there's no like, oh, I'm gonna go scroll on Reddit for an hour in bed. You know, that's not what happens. It's like, oh, you just exist, and the world feels so small, and everything kind of feels a little clearer, and there's not as much like annoying ass noise up there. And it's like peace, and it's blissful, and can I vent for a second about lost time? Sure, go for it. I just think that, like, there's so much of this stuff, and like you get FOMO'd by it, right? You're like, oh, but like, this person uploaded like another video, and I gotta watch their videos. Or like, oh, this like new show came out, and I really want to watch it. But there's like always stuff coming out. Always. Forever. That want your time, but how much time could you just do the things that, like, you sit there and you're like, oh wow, I've spent like 8 hours watching YouTube today and I didn't work on my thing. And then you're like, shit. But then it's like, what if I just didn't watch 8 hours of YouTube tomorrow? What if I just didn't open YouTube tomorrow? Wouldn't that be crazy? You have free will. That's just how I've been kind of functioning. I feel like a boomer. I feel like a fucking boomer. Cat boomer. I'm a cat boomer, yeah. And like, that plus therapy has like changed everything for me. Where I'm like, for a job, I don't know how it's gonna work out, but I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna keep doing it. I'm gonna keep being annoying. I'm gonna keep yelling. I'm gonna keep trying. I'm gonna keep seeing what works and what doesn't work. And when people post suggestions about how to like game an algorithm, I will attempt to apply it to myself. And then I'm just gonna try and be as analytical about it as possible. You know, I'm gonna not be like, oh, this is bad, good. Bad and good are such fucking chasms of nothing. They mean nothing specific. I want specificity. I don't think this worked because I used the wrong text. I don't think this worked because it didn't have a very good hook. I don't think this worked because I think the color scheme wasn't good. I don't think this worked because I think I cropped it badly. So recently I've been trying to be more productive, just trying to do little things here and there, trying to exercise, and I have plans with a roommate to do stuff, go places, and I don't have to wait because I sit there and doom scroll. Like, whenever we have idle time, TikTok, and it adds up. It sure does add up. It's crazy. Bro, if we're gonna do stuff, get off TikTok. But it's so hard to, right? Like your mind just goes for it. You're like, oh yeah, oh I could really just open Discord right now. You know? I could really just go on Reddit right now. Oh, what are my friends saying? How many people have walked by my apartment building? I need to check my ring cam. It's crazy. It's insane. I think, so personally, I remember I talked to Emma about this a couple weeks ago, but I was like, prioritizing watching like my friend's like if my friend is gonna be like, I dropped a YouTube video, as long as I don't forget that YouTube video has dropped, I'm gonna go watch it. That's gonna be my first priority. I'm gonna go watch it. I don't care about watching some other content creator. I wanna be there for my friends because I think my friends are more important to me than some fucking rich person or whatever, some other content creator that I don't have any relationship with. I think like it's like this problem that happens in the art sphere and like other creative endeavors where it's like, oh yeah, it really sucks being like a small or like middle-ish creator because you're not seen, you're not good enough to be seen. But then like and everyone's stuck in there, wants to be seen, but then we don't look at the people who are beside us. And I think that's just such an oversight because everyone's making really cool things, and if you just take the time to engage with it, it's fantastic. Like, I look at the time and we plan for Anime and Gunpla, and next thing you know, it's 8 p.m. Aww! Dude, get off TikTok! Hey, Vonslaru, how are you? I'm doing good, still addicted to 14. How far are you now? I sent you the current prog. Oh shit, let's go. I love seeing your gun though. Oh my god, he's so big! Oh, I love that you drink brisk. I love iced tea. It's so good. Now starting post Endwalker. Oh my god. You're so far. Oh my god. You sped through that. Good soup. Good soup. Speaking of soup, we were talking about like the whole like reevaluation and stuff, and I kind of did that with like food in my life because I weighed a lot, and now I don't weigh a lot, and I've like maintained my weight. But I kind of went like, what are things that are like positive for me? And what are things that aren't? And what are things that I do not wish to give up? And what are things that I'm fine giving up? And just kind of like being like, okay, so things that will negatively impact my health, I will cut back on. Things that I don't care about, I will remove from my life. And things that have a positive influence on me, I will keep in my life. And I think, like, it seems very like analytical, and I don't think you should think about people that way, but you can definitely think about like things like how you spend your time and like things that you consume that way. And that's positive in your own perspective and reality and way of living. Like pop made my stomach upset, but I drank that shit because I was like, oh my god, sugar. I love my sugar. And I stopped drinking pop. Easy. Pick up a craft. Yeah, pick up a craft. Pick up reading. Reading's fun too. And there's so much stuff to read. You can read like books. You can read like web novels. You can read like comics, manga, webcomics. You can read like fiction if there's anything you've ever wanted to learn about. There's so much stuff to read. There's so much stuff to consume that's positive and not just a fucking flippin' TikTok videos. I'm immune to shorts, okay? I don't sit there and I will click on them. I look at clickbait. I'm not immune to clickbait, but I've never sat there and scrolled shorts for more than like a handful of minutes at a time. I do leather working keeps my hands busy. Your leather working is so cool. It's such a cool little craft to have. Just making shit, you know? By the way, how's the keychain? They're great. I leave one on my I have one on my art bag, and I'm gonna go do some art outside tomorrow. So hopefully geese don't try and steal it. But I got one on my bag, and then I leave one on my my coffee table with my bizarre video game book. And my cats have not knocked it over yet. They don't seem to care about it. So that's a good one too. I'm looking forward to photographing the park. I'm hoping that there aren't geese. Too many geese. Felix bapped it today. Oh, okay. Well, Felix has learned that it's there after months of it sitting there. It's on my art bag. I got like an art backpack that I put all my art stuff in, and then we go art outside. I bought these acrylics a few months ago, and I really just need to use them. I don't want to use them inside because I'm like, I don't want to stain things after the months of it being in the post. Yeah. That shit took forever. My friends sent me 2 postcards, and they never showed up, and I'm still kind of like sad about that. Arting outside sounds nice. It's crazy because like not even months ago, years ago, I would have been like, no, that's stupid. I wouldn't want to do that. And now I just kind of go outside. I got like, a little table out of my balcony, and I just sit there, and we put a record on, and we just sit outside, and it feels like being like an 80-year-old grandma. And I've spent a lot of time now just sitting on my balcony since I got like little chairs out there. And I just look at my plants that are growing. Been reading this webtoon titled On the Way to Meet Mom, and it made me bawl. Oh, what's it about? Oh, whoops. I just like to make things. It's like, I don't know. It's what makes me happy on like the level of like my soul, like my being, you know, like I know a lot of people probably be like, you spent like 12 hours drawing every day of your vacation. And I was like, yeah, it was wonderful. And you know, it's like I've been off work for like 5 days. Has it been 5 days? Since Thursday. So 6. Today's the 6th day, and I still have a week. And it has been so freeing, okay? Like, I before, when I was still working, I would be like, God, I need to fill up the dishwasher, but I don't want to right now. I don't want to. And then there was, like, one morning I was done, and I went to go feed the cats, and I'm like, I should go fill up the dishwasher. Super easy. Crazy. My life has been improved 100% by not having to work and just drawing for 12 hours. Chores get it done. When someone receives a piece of mine, I generally get ecstatic that I spent time making that and they're happy with the result. Right? Right? When I used to go to conventions, I always, like, I don't feel like if I was to be honest, right? If I was to be like 100% honest, like, I like the art that I work on, but when it's done, I never feel like it's good enough, you know? And it's just kind of like always working towards that, like, what about this isn't, it's like, let me rephrase this. It's like looking at it instead of being like, this is dog shit. It's just being like, what about it could have I done better, and moving and bringing that into the future is kind of like the thought process that I try to keep. And a lot of the time it can sound self-deprecating to be like, well, I think I could have done better. But it's not like I'm like, oh, well, you know, it's trash. It's kind of just keeping in that middle range where you can take the feedback and you can be like, well, I think I at the time I did a really good job on this, but I think I missed the mark on this part, and keeping it in that middle bit and not letting it swing too far to negative or excessively positive is so hard. But like being at a convention and being like, I'm not proud, like there's nothing here that I would be like, I want to share with somebody. There, I can look at them and be like, this is weird and blah. But like someone buying it, like, and this was like many years ago. Someone came up to my table at like this small ass convention, and all she said was, "I want to be you," and I was like, "Holy fuck, that's insane." Because I don't like me, like, especially back then. So like someone, like, I totally get that. Like when someone's like, I really love this thing that you made and it's important, and they're happy with it and they keep it. It's like, holy fuck, I had a positive influence on somebody's life, even if I didn't like this. So then it's like, does it matter? Does your happiness with it matter? You're always going to make something else, right? Like, you're always going to keep moving forward. So does dwelling on like the negatives of like, I don't like this matter? And it's like, even being a novice or like a beginner or like not where you are today and looking back and being like, you know, someone really liked this. Like there was a guy who, when I went to conventions, who begged me to draw Yuno from Mirai Nikki. And I finally did. I had a print. I thought, like, one of the last conventions I ever went to, I had a Yuno print. And he bought that. He saw it and he bought it right away. And he was so happy. Because every single time he asked me to buy Yuno. And he was... Someone else came up to my table and was like, my roommate has your art on their fridge. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, they see it every day. They go to, like, pour themselves, like, make themselves, like, a coffee with milk. And they see my artwork on their fridge. That's fucking insane. And it's like, even being a small little guy, you can affect people. But it's hard to see that when you have a sea of people who are affecting people on a much larger scale, right? Like, you can affect the, like, 5 people around you in a positive way. And that should be really good, right? That should be really good, but our scale is so fucked up. I hope you feel that way about Everdream. I am very, like, honored that you think it's such a good piece, but I will forever be there and be like, I don't like it. I don't like it. But, like, here's a fun one. Michelangelo fucking hated the Sistine Chapel. He has journals of being like, I would have never done this if it wasn't because the Pope made me do it, and it fucking ruined my back. There's a lot of, like, musicians whose most popular music isn't their favorite song, and they get tired of performing it. But they have to make money, and it's It's very interesting when you start getting into like outside yourself and seeing that like someone's favorite piece that they've made of whatever probably isn't the one that everyone's going to resonate with. And you're just gonna be like, what the fuck? Come on. And it's bullshit. It's so bullshit when you're just a little guy trying to make money and you're like, please like the things that I like. Sometimes you just spit something out into the void and for some reason it picks up and you're like, I can never replicate this, you know? And then at times you're like rubbing your hands together like, oh, this is gonna pop up. This is gonna be so good. People are gonna love it. And then it goes up and you're like, nobody's looking. Please, look. Please. You gotta start somewhere. Absolutely. Gotta start somewhere. And I think you as a person are never going to understand or realistically know the impact that you have on other people, whether it's like friends or just people who consume your media or whatever. God, I have one belt that was like that prettiest color ever and it didn't fit because the guy lied. No! That sucks. I spent a lot of time with my therapist, just kind of talking about the whole like, I think I'm garbage. I think I'm trash. Actually, I think I'm pretty shit. And every single time, she would always reply to me with something that made sense. And I'm like, I hate you. Get out of my brain. Stop it. It's very important not to lie to your tailor. Yeah, if you're gonna wear it. I think I'm garbage. You're not garbage. What makes you garbage? There's nothing about you that's garbage. I think it's kind of cliche to say, but like, we might have like certain attributes of ourselves that's like negative, you know? And only, well, maybe not only we, but like certain people are probably aware of those traits. And everyone's trying to show their best traits, right? But you are not defined by your worst moments, your worst thoughts, or the worst things that you've done. You know, everyone is capable, and capable is the key word, of growing and becoming better and hopefully becoming the kind of person that they want to be. But sometimes it could take like literally like my talking to my mentor 2 years ago was the most eye-opening art conversation I've ever had, with years of like begging people to fucking talk about like what I could do better and getting nothing. And this man in 2.5 hours read me for fucking filth and then gave me a whole bunch of tips on how I could do my art better. Crazy. And none of it was negative. Insane. I think it's super easy to also be like, you don't know. Like, you don't know me. You don't know me as a person. You don't understand. I'm very bad. Nothing is ever going to work. Blah, 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 blah. But then you're still stuck there, right? You're stuck in the, like, the negative bubble of, like, nothing is ever going to work. And that's, like, a form of its own self-sabotage. Because you've already convinced yourself that it's not going to. But then, on the other side, like, do you even have like clear goals of what something working is other than like a vague good? It needs to be good. It's an old pic, but I found it. Hell yeah. I think one of the best pieces of advice I ever heard was learn to forgive yourself because you're going to have to live with yourself for the rest of your life. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So there's this really interesting kind of documentary. I wouldn't recommend. That is beautiful. That is a beautiful color. I don't know if I'd recommend watching it, but it was essentially this documentary about this guy in Australia who he was super depressed. So like to cope with depression, he was kind of like binge drinking all the time, and he was getting into doing drugs. And one day he was with his friends, drunk, driving, and he was going too fast, and he crashed into 4 children. The 4 children died, and one of them, and there were 7 kids there, and one of them had permanent brain injury. And so the documentary is about the parents of the kid going to the prison and meeting the murderer, the killer of their children, who was just this kind of like college guy who was like, I fucking hate my life, but he hadn't done anything like bad before. It's not like he had like this slew of crimes, and it wasn't intentional, and it was just all of his bad decisions culminated in like the loss of these 4 lives and the permanent like detriment of a 5th, and then all the other lives that those 5 affect, from like the parents to like all the other children and all that, but it's essentially the father sitting down with the killer. But what the documentary fails to ever fucking let you know is that they were constantly in contact for the like 15 years this guy's already been in prison. And the guy whose kids were killed was like, I've already forgiven him. My wife have forgiven him. And when he comes out of prison, he is a part of our family. And even his kids that were still alive are like, they call him in prison to talk to him. Like, they, instead of being like, I hate this person, they all just kind of forgave him for like the bad decision. And obviously it probably would have been different if like it was like an intentional murder or something, but like, you unfortunately have to live with the consequences of your actions. But even the worst possible things you could do, you can become a better person if you're willing to do that and grow and change. Because one of the worst things is to remain stagnant and complacent and comfortable, because comfort is amazing, but it's also slightly villainous. Like, it's easy to be like, I don't want to do this thing because it makes me uncomfortable. But it's also really difficult to realize that maybe the reason you don't want to do it and it's making you uncomfortable is because it's a difficult choice that might get you somewhere. Like, my therapist has been hounding my ass about my job, and you know how awful of a conversation that has to be? I literally told her, I'm like, I knew today's session was going to be about my job and my financial security, because we talk about my job, because I'm like, I have anxiety about finances and I don't make that much money, and neither does my partner. We make enough to survive, but what if the fucking economy goes to shit, or what if one of us dies, or what if one of us can't work anymore, and all these other like 8 scenarios that are possible but not in the immediacy, and they cause me a lot of stress. So she talks to me a lot about maybe you should get another job, which is absolutely the point A, the problem, the solution, and you have to get there. And then I'm gonna convince myself in 100 different ways about why I shouldn't, and just don't touch that. And all of these reasons are 100% valid reasons to me to keep myself comfortable where I am. And I'm gonna create scenarios of examples that are unrealistic examples, but they are going to help reinforce my opinion. Like, I remember being like, well, like, say I did accounting, and then my therapist, like, I want to just dramatize it and be like, she slapped me and was like, why the fuck would you become an accountant? You don't like math. You're not interested in that. So why would you do that? Why are you only saying negative outcomes? And I'm like, oh, fuck, she's right. Oh, no. It is a good story. I think the documentary's kind of ass, though. I think the setup of the documentary kind of sucks, because you like want to see them meet and talk and that like moment, but they've been talking the whole time, right? Like, it's a beautiful story about like forgiveness. Like the worst, the person who's damaged you the most, you could forgive if, you know, like, you know, both sides work to like actually meet in the middle. But I think the documentary kind of sucks ass a little bit. I was sitting there waiting. It's an insane concept though. Like that guy being like, I don't know, like it's for the community, not for me. Like it's not gonna change anything, and I can't live the rest of my life mad and depressed. And yeah, because he's like, I have kids still, and they're my favorite. They're the best part of my life, and all this other stuff, you know. It's like, I don't know, you just gotta be able to give yourself grace at the end of the day to be like, wait, is this the clouds or is it... Yes? No? Oh, it's the clouds, I think. Okay, yeah, that's the clouds. Okay, perfect. You just have to be able to like give yourself grace at the end of the day and be like, I am just a person and I am trying and I'm just doing my best, and my best today may not be my best tomorrow. All right, it's bedtime. I have to be up for work. Though I'm inspired to make some leather or something. I don't know yet. Have a good sleep. Have a good night. That's awesome. I'm glad this could inspire you a little bit. That makes me happy because sometimes I think I ramble, and I feel like for the most part, everyone's probably like, oh my god, Soren, shut the fuck up. You shut the fuck up. Stop it. You don't know me. It's not the same. A fucking hopecore ass bitch. Growing and changing feels good. Omi would never have probably said that. Yeah, right? Never stop yapping. But have a good sleep, CJ. Thank you for joining the late night art stream. And thank you for showing me your Gundam. I love it when you show me the Gundam. That thing's so huge. So big. Never stop yapping. I probably won't. Like, so when I was like kind of like reevaluating everything, I was like I used to make, you know, videos on YouTube, and I still kind of do. I like the act of making videos, but I would be like, oh, I should make like an art video, right? And then I would think, everybody else is already saying it better. So Ryan, if I didn't like your yapping, I would not message you good morning every day. I'm sorry that right now when you message me good morning, I'm already like asleep. My ass is like, if I don't have to work, I'm going to bed at like 6:30 and I'm going to have a fantastic eep. But I will always reply when I wake up. But like, I would always think to myself, people are already saying things that make way more sense than anything I could say. But it's like, I can just say them, right? Like, I can talk too. I'm allowed to speak. It took me a really long time because like I was like making supercuts and stuff was fun, and I learned a lot. Like it was very like low stakes editing, especially just being like, oh, I want to remember what me and my friends did during MSQ, and kind of like put that together, like the really funny moments. And that's kind of how it started. But I always kind of wanted to make videos, like even when I was like younger, you know, I was like, remember me and my friends would like, we wanted to make a YouTube channel, and we had all these ideas planned out, and then we made none of them, you know. Or the ones that did exist, I've deleted, and the ones that do exist, we don't talk about them anymore. We do not speak of them. But it was always kind of like that fun thing to do, to like entertain people and like change people's lives a little bit, and just kind of like, I think it's interesting that you don't have to be huge to like make a difference in people's lives. So then in a way, you're already kind of like doing the thing that you want to do, but on like a small scale. But that scale seems like not enough because you see other people like being like, the people that you look up to are successful, and you kind of go, I want that. But then you don't look at what you have, right? It's so easy to be like, you know, Like, I don't know how many people are here, but we're having a yap and we're talking, and sure, people are lurking, sure, people aren't coming to my 9 p.m. stream because it's not my normal time to stream, but like, there's always people here when I'm streaming, and there's always people lurking, and like, I have that. And if I was like, I suck, or like, it's not good enough, there's people here who are here like almost all the time. And that's really special. And even if I'm a small streamer and I want to be a big streamer so I can live off streaming or something, which actually sounds a little bit like hell, I'm still kind of doing the thing that I wanted to do, just on a smaller scale, right? There's people here who, like, I don't know, like, these stupid yaps. Like, when me and Valen just start, like, yapping about, you know, all the Hope Core bullshit. I'm a Hope Core streamer at this point of my life, you know? and maybe it affects people on, like, a small little bit. Like, I'm not like a therapist or anything, and I can't solve everybody's individual problems, but for a moment, I can hopefully foster and cultivate a positive space that people can come to, and maybe we can yap about art or creative stuff and have a good time. And that affects people, you know? I came here to support a friend. Now I'm here for the friend in the yap. Aw, thank you. Mix drinks and change lives. Yeah, I'm Jill! Call me Jill now. I work in a bar. And it's also crazy because, like, when I was thinking about, like, what things are going to be important when, like, I revamped the stream, I guess, like in November or whatever. I kept streaming as something I wanted to do because it was fun. Like, streaming helped me talk to people. I remember being terrified, and then it let me just talk to people and learn about people, and people heard my voice, and it wasn't just like hiding, you know, like I like hiding physically, but not auditorially. And it was just always fun, like just people coming in and seeing my artwork and stuff. And it's always crazy when other like art people come in here. It's like, oh my god. But like in real life, I'm absolutely terrified. Like, I'm just gonna be completely honest to you. If anyone asks to see my artwork in real life who is not into anime, and I like the connection is not there, and they're like, "Can I see your art?" I'll be like, "Oh, no, no, you can't." Or I'll try and do it, but like, there's this is absolute terror. There's this innate terror in my body about like I draw anime, and that means that I draw things that are lesser than any other form of art, except maybe cartooning. And I don't know why I put cartooning so low, because cartoons are just as difficult, but I'm like, rendered anime? Very close to the bottom. Gotta parlay that stream confidence into IRL confidence, right? It's just hard. It's so much harder because you get like the visual cues of people looking, like the worst fucking thing for someone with a massive amount of social anxiety is when you're trying to like connect with somebody and share something and you just see them gone. They're not making eye contact with you. They're not looking. They're like looking at anything else. They want to grab their phone and you're like, bro, please, please. Or you can see them like just checking out of the conversation, and it's just like, what am I doing wrong? Nonsense. Anime is art. Yeah, it totally is art. But like if I'm like, oh, look here, person that I'm an artist, and then they're like, can I see your art? And I'm like, anime. Look at my edgy ass boy with his wings, you know. And it just and you know the thing is that the person on the other end is probably going to respond with, holy shit, you did that. The style probably won't matter unless they hate anime already. And the encounter will most likely end neutral or positive, realistically when you think about it. But that negative possibility, the voice in your head that tells you that you're less because of the style that you draw, for me, prevents me from being like, this is what I do. Imagine that for an SFW artist. I mean, yeah, I don't think that's something that you would pull up in the workplace. You know? like my coworkers, they've asked me that, hey, did I see your art? And I'm like, no, I don't have any on my phone. I have a folder on my phone, because I upload from my phone sometimes. It's downloaded from Discord. But it's so on the other hand, at the moment I know I'm afraid of that. I'm terrified of that possibility. There's this place in my town, and I hope this isn't too specific that you can find out where I live if anybody ever watches this VOD is going to get nuked, actually. Now that I'm going to say this. Oh wait, I haven't had YouTube open. Oh good, no one's in YouTube. Perfect. There's this place that opened in my town that is an art gallery and a tattoo parlor. And it seems so cool because they have just all this different kind of art there. It's not just like realism, it's not just abstract, it's not just like fine art, it's a bunch of random shit. And I so badly want to go in there. And I so badly kind of just want to like message them and be like, hey, I'm an artist in town. Do you like my stuff? How do I get it in your store? Do I go in there? Yeah, I should. I should go get a tattoo there. Oh my god, what a fantastic idea. Go in there and get a tattoo and look at art. A great day. I've never gotten a tattoo. But I'm terrified because I'm like, but I like looked in there, like looked at the photos when they opened because they've only been open for like a month or two. And I'm like, oh, it doesn't seem like it's just like the hoity-toity. The hoity-toity art. And I like hoity-toity art. I think it's beautiful. But then I'm like, I don't want to do the hoity-toity. Like I want to do the hoity-toity, but like it's anime. You know, I want to be like Michelangelo, but anime. And that is a very small demographic. Never got a tattoo. Yes, I wanted to get a tattoo for a really long time, but I keep putting it off just because they're expensive. I'm afraid. It just falls out of my mind. But I want to get my cat's paw prints of like Coco and Freya because I have them. And I just want to get paw prints on my arm. So like every cat that I have, I want to get their paw print like 100% along with their ashes. And I want to get all their paw prints going like up my arm. And that's what I want to do. Like I know exactly, but I have them. I have the paw prints. Like the engraved paw prints, the pressed prints into clay. Hi Danny, good morning. It's what, like 3 a.m. for you right now? No, 4 a.m. for you right now. Oh my gosh. How are you? Hoity-toity anime. Yeah, because like my favorite artists growing up and who are still my favorite artists today are like the hoity-toity artists. Like Shilin is still my favorite artist. Like I see her artwork, I read her comics, both of them. I look at her artwork and I'm like, I need that on my wall. I have her art on my walls. I don't have her art in the walls in here, but I have her art books. They're my favorite art books. I still look at them. I see her art and I'm like, damn, goals. And like Valentina Reminar, she was fantastic. I still love Loish. I love like, Eon 83. This is getting a little bit further away. Let me see it for a minute. All right, you must simply become them, but anime. I'm trying. I gotta study Michelangelo. Redo the whole Sistine Chapel ceiling, but with like generic anime protagonist and Gandalf, anime Gandalf or something. I think that would actually pop off a little bit. Hey JF0, how are you? Sitting Chapel with Lord of the Rings, yeah. Like, I really wish that I could have, like, latched onto, like, cutesy anime and stuff like that. Like, I don't want to say generic, but I'm gonna just say generic as, like, a kind of catch-all. But, like, there's, like, rendered anime, and then there's, like, it's the more cel-shaded, the more, like, this could fit into an anime kind of anime. Like, more into, like, VTubers are rendered anime as well, but, like, in that direction. Because, like, that would sell so much better than what I do. But, but I latch onto more of like, I want it to look real, but I don't want it to be real. Like, I don't want it to like look like, you know, like your cousin. I want it to look like an aesthetic anime character. Doing great. Release my software officially on LinkedIn and people like it. Hell yeah, that's awesome. You can release software on LinkedIn? I should use LinkedIn. I wrote that in my journal the other day. I was like, I should probably go to LinkedIn. Because, you know, I know that for myself, like the self-awareness of like what we were talking about earlier when my therapist talked to me about my job and like making an art job for myself. Because I know that I'm not built for like a studio. And especially my mentor reinforcing that I'm not built for a studio, but I could still do stuff like art for cards and like book covers and like more fantasy anime illustrations and stuff. But I don't like advertise to people who would pay the decent amount of money for that kind of projects where it'd be like, oh yes, I was in this card game, you know? So I need to start doing that more. I mean, I wrote a post and linked to my GitHub, but I had to broadcast it. Fair enough, fair enough. LinkedIn is a strange place, I bet. I bet. You gotta get linked in. I love seeing the crazy CEO posts from LinkedIn. And I know like not everyone's gonna be like that, but I don't really know what LinkedIn is like. I should make one though. I should make one. Locked in on LinkedIn. Hell yeah. I should use it more. A ton of cringe posts on LinkedIn, so my toddler was telling me about stress. Oh. And I told him that he shouldn't have any stress because he doesn't work a 9 to 5. Bro, mom. Okay, it took me a really long time to realize what stress actually feels like. And I don't know if anybody else feels this way. But maybe it's just because my growing up was not typical and was like, very atypical and very stressful. But I was like, I have a very hard time recognizing my own stress when it's not just like already there. Like it's like, oh my God. So like the last couple of years has been like, oh, why am I worried? Why am I worried? And that's exactly what I've had to ask myself was like, when I'm in therapy, a lot of my conversations with my therapist end up being like, I struggle talking with people and connecting with people because I chose that being indifferent to other people, not sharing, and being an enigma was more favorable because I could just share who I was online with people that felt safe than having real connections with real people. And the problem is that real connection feels fantastic, but internet connection always feels wavering, you know? It doesn't feel stable, and it's also too volatile, because sometimes a lot of people on the internet aren't stable. And not that that's a bad thing, but oh boy, okay. But I never really like realized if I was feeling stressed, and then I kind of like had to become more aware of it for like my therapy homework. And I remember like my therapist kind of encouraged me to just talk to people, and working overnights there aren't too many people to talk to, but I would be like, oh man, the guy who's cleaning, I should just ask him how it's going, like try and make conversation. And then inside I'd be like, I can feel the stress building. And then I'd be like, but why? And then that would like cut it. That like just cuts the tension inside me with a knife. Be like, but why do I feel that way? And then I'm like, oh, stress is vile. The worst is when you realize you always lived with stress, so you don't know what life is like without stress. I raise my hand. Yeah, that shit's crazy. And then like there's the whole opposite of like growing up with stress and then being in a not stressful environment triggers stress because the calm is dangerous. You know, that shit's crazy. Thanks, brain. Why do I gotta be like that? I got you quacked in between. Always got time to quack. Quack, quack. Like, a lot of my, like, art peers, and I still feel this way, so it might be, it might just be my own delusions, but, like, people being like, oh, I'm burnt out on this, and I'm like, the fuck is burnout? I go, yippee, woohoo, I go every day, you know? until I fucking mega crash, and that's happened like one time, but that had outside circumstances. But yeah, I have a hard time detecting my own stress. But like right now, I'm not having to go to work, and I'm just like, oh my god, I guess I was really stressed. I guess I was really stressed, and now I'm just living my own perfect life right now. I am thriving, and I'm getting paid, and I'm thriving. I get paid time off, and I'm living. I don't have to go do anything. Oh, you quit work? No, I'm on vacation. I wish I quit work, but that would be reckless, and I would be very stressed if I quit work because finances raise my heart rate a lot to talk about. Yeah, I took a week off work because Evercold's not out until January, and I had all this vacation time accumulating, and I was like, oh, I'll just hold on to it if Evercold comes out this year. So then when they announced that it's next year, I was like, okay, well, I can take vacation. And then I immediately just took like the next week. Like my schedule was out a few weeks ahead, and I'm like, that one, the week I'd have to work 7 days, that's mine. And it just happened to coincide with Victoria Day, so I didn't have to work Friday, and then I had the weekend off. And so it's been since Thursday, and I've still been getting paid. It's fantastic. Staycation for how long? I don't go to back to work for another week. Like legitimately, like next Tuesday I go back to work. But yeah, I'm not doing anything specifically. I have a few plans, but they're just kind of like, oh, I'm gonna go to the park and get attacked by geese tomorrow. That's my plan tomorrow. But like all my other vacations have been like, oh, you're gonna go to Toronto and you're gonna have to flip your sleep schedule and you're gonna go to this thing and then you're gonna be exhausted and you're gonna come back, and it doesn't feel like a break. So I'm taking a break. I'm sleeping like 8 to 9 hours a day for the most part. I'm doing whatever I want. I'm eating yummy food. Just having a good time, and the like mental freedom is fantastic. Go do art in the park forest like the Disney princess that you are, surrounded by birds and squirrels. So that's what I'm doing tomorrow. And the birds will be geese, and I might get attacked. I don't know. Last time I went and did art in a park, there was me on a bench, and there was a lake. There was a lake, and across the lake were all the geese and their babies. And I wasn't fucking with them, and I was sitting on that bench I was drawing the geese on my tablet, which was a mistake. I shouldn't have brought it. I'm not bringing my tablet with me tomorrow. I'm bringing like a sketchbook and markers and pencil. And then the fucking geese and all of its babies were like, I'm gonna come across the lake, the little pond. It was a pond, not a lake. And they came across the pond, and then the goose looked at me and started hissing at me because I was too close. And I'm like, you came here. I've been here for like 40 minutes. Watch yourself, geese. Don't make me fight. I'm too afraid to fight a goose, but I love that you specified going to a park to get attacked by geese. Yeah. So I don't know if this is something relatable to anybody, but where I am right now, the Canadian geese have come back. So like the ones that are really pretty, I guess moose goose are pretty, but like the Canadian goose is really like iconic, right? Like it has like its weird head, and it has like nice brown feathers, and they're really pretty birds, okay? But they're assholes, and they are everywhere. They are in parking lots. They're protected as well, so they will wander out of the middle of the streets, and they won't fly away when a car approaches them. So you can't hit them, even if they don't fly away, because they have a Z-axis of movement. And they will just get in the way, and then if you get near them, they will hiss at you, and then they will chase you and try and bite you. And geese have a lot of teeth. Their tongues have teeth. And they're everywhere, and they will go where they want. And it's not just like, oh, they're in the parks. It's like they're in the parking lots. They're in front of... There was a breakfast place that I go to, and the door was blocked by a flock of geese. And they will get in the way. My father, when he was a kid, was living on a farm, and the geese would be better than farm dogs to protect the farm. Don't mess with geese. Yeah. One of my friends was telling me how our office, they have been at war with the geese. They have like super soakers on standby. Oh my god, that's so funny. And they poop everywhere. Posted the geese to the miscellaneous channel. There's so many geese. Yeah, those geese that hissed at me. Literally those geese. Those goose. And they came across the water. They did it. Geese be honking like crazy. Yeah, and then they fight each other. You just hear like honk, 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 honk. And they're like fighting each other. It's crazy. They're so pretty. The geese are very pretty. They're just assholes. You know? But yeah, I'm going to the park. And wait, Emma said something about I would watch Disney Princess Soarin'. Oh my god. I gotta like turn my cat girl into a Disney princess. You should. I should. Oh my god, a triggerfish. A triggerfish. Just Sephiroth theme, honestly playing in the background. Kisara. Kisara. Honk, honk, honk. My camera bag is all packed with my DSLR and film camera ready to shoot. Hell yeah, let's go. I'm gonna pack my bag tonight. I have this bag that Tara got from like PC Optimum points, and it is a very nice bag, and it's just for my art supplies that I take outside. Which one day is gonna be my acrylic paint, but I need to actually use it and get like a poach head box and stuff. It was air miles. Air miles. Okay, air miles. And it was a fancy bag. What if Cloud just hallucinated with a goose with Sephiroth's clothes? That'd be so funny. I like that any theory for 7 could be like, what if Cloud was just hallucinating this and thinking it was Sephiroth, and all of them work because that's all he's doing. But what if Cloud was just hallucinating? That Sephiroth was really the pigeon was really Sephiroth. Cloud, don't attack the pigeon! Stop it, Cloud! I just discovered a new compartment on my bag. Hell yeah, let's go! Pidgey Roth. Pidgey Roth. Ba, 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 ba. I heard this song so much. I don't know if the amount of people that probably were here for when I beat Rebirth on stream and got hard stuck on fucking Sephiroth. Insane. But this little bit of like that was like all hopeful. Oh my god. One day I will finish Rebirth. I hope you enjoy it. There's so much in the soundtrack. Like I'm not a fan of Rebirth. Like I would say, personally, I'm not a fan. But I'm gonna play the third game. I think my problem with Rebirth is the minigames, but also like, not to spoil anything, but like the parts of 7 that it's covering have these high emotion like character arcs for everybody but Cloud until the end, right? You know, and every single one of them, they go, look at this emotional moment. You know, this character's backstory is being completed, their arc is finishing, you know, for like someone that isn't Cloud, and then they turn the camera and go, okay, so we can't linger on this anymore, we need to move on. And they do that every single time, and it bothers me a lot because they just don't let you sit with it. They it's like we're TikTok babies and we can't sit there And it there was every single time I was having fun, but then I had to do the setup minigame again. I played Remake, realized it wasn't a remake, but a sequel with a timeline elements, lost interest, won't play Rebirth. I loved Remake. I think going for like a 1-to-1 remake, if that's what you went into it for, definitely. I love Remake. I finished Remake and I was like, I'm on this 7. And then I played Rebirth and I'm like, oh, I don't actually like this. I didn't like the open world, but that's a me thing. So I didn't engage in the open world. But then I found the levels to be too long. Way too long. They're like every single dungeon in the game is a hallway. And I'm just gonna say it because I love 13, but 13 gets shit for being a hallway. And Rebirth is just a hallway. with it's not open world. The world is not connected. And is not seamlessly connected is what I mean to say. And they're just hallways that take 1 to 2 hours, and the final one takes 4. The average time to finish the final dungeon, to get to the final fight in Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, is 4 hours. It's 4 fucking hours. Like Queen's Blood and the exploring stuff. Rebirth is just I can appreciate how much is there, but like it's just like more and more and more and more. It doesn't make me like it more and more. It's just like I want to get to the point. And it's just I have a laundry list of problems with Rebirth, but I'm still playing the third part. I don't know if I'm gonna stream the third part. I might just play it on my own because I'm not gonna make videos or anything. We'll see what it's like when it actually comes out, but I think it's like it's impressive, but I'm not impressed, you know? I'm gonna finish Rebirth at least. That's fair. That's fair. Like the ending of Rebirth, oh my god, if Rebirth didn't end on the high that Rebirth ends on, I would have been like, I'm not even gonna play. I don't care about the third part, you know? Someone's gonna have to convince me to play part 3. But Rebirth ends on a really like good part that I'm like, okay, I'm invested, but I didn't enjoy this game. Part 3 has to stick the landing, absolutely. I think Rebirth sticks the landing, but it's so much filler, and I'm saying filler, and just even the parts of it that aren't exactly filler or padding, like moving from Calm to to Juno, there's like 10 events that happen there that you're like, this takes like 5 hours of my day. But even the parts of the game that were in the original, like when you're tackling the original storylines in the middle of the game, you know, people's backstories, their arcs, their stuff that's important. The game literally goes, look at this very emotional moment. Anyways, like it's like if you're watching an anime and like the character's family has been murdered, and then you just move on to like the most comedic bit ever. Like Rebirth just keeps doing that. And it pisses me off a little bit. Because it feels so like it does such a disservice to like the stories you're trying to tell. Oh, that, and you get like 5 seconds to answer the questions that impact character relationships. Yeah, my other problem with the character relationships is those cities are impressive. They're impressively built. I'm impressed. However, I'm also overstimulated being in them, and I could not find the characters because I was too overstimulated. So I didn't do any of the relationship stuff, so I ended up just with Tifa, which was absolutely fine. I got to go on the gold saucer date with Tifa, and that's fine. That's who I would have picked anyways. I wanted to end up with Tifa. And there's a lot of like really good new stuff in Rebirth that they let breathe. Like there's an entire section that in the original game is just like a screen But in Rebirth, they make it its whole like section of the game, and there's stuff from like other games that are there to like flesh it out and give those characters life, and there's this whole like original part of the story, and it's fantastic. It's in chapter 9. It's so good. It was like, I was like, holy shit, this is peak. This is fantastic. I have not particularly been enjoying the game up until chapter 9, and then chapter 9 comes, and then I'm like, oh my god, this was great. And then they let it breathe. They explore it so good. I don't know if I could replay that game over and over again to get the other Gold Saucer events. Me neither. Barrett's backstory, for example, it's way better for Rebirth. I don't know. Barrett's backstory, I mean, like, they make it go on longer. But, like, it feels dumber. It feels dumber in Rebirth. It feels like they try and make it too much. Like, with his stuff in Rebirth. It's like, in comparison to, like, what it is in 7, it just feels like they wanted to add more and more to it. And then Barrett's stuff is like, my main example of, like, when it concludes, they don't let you, like, actually conclude. They move on immediately. Like, I want gummy sharks now. It's like this really excellent section. Well, I don't say excellent. I don't want to say excellent, because I don't think you needed the second boss fight. You didn't really need the second boss fight, I think. It's just too much. There's too much stuff. And then they hit you with the minigame after. They hit you with, like, immediately moving focus during the emotional climax. If there was, like, a few more minutes of, like, just sitting there without something having to pop up because we're iPad babies, you know, I would have, or just letting them move for a bit. Just, like, let's move to another location, and then you can throw this. It didn't have to be, like, in the same cutscene, within the same 2-minute time span. One of my favorite parts in the original... I'm not a fan of 7. 7 wasn't my favorite Final Fantasy. It's probably near the bottom. But Remake made me really like 7. And one of my favorite parts of 7 was Cosmo Canyon. And my favorite part of Cosmo Canyon was seeing, like, Red 13's story about how he, like, hated his dad. And then he, like, learns... Just don't use the vape from the lake. What is it, like, woman of the lake, what secrets do you have? And she just hands you a vape. But, Cosmo Canyon was my favorite part of 7. And just... that part of the game also... Rebirth! I was like... it, like, hits all the same beats, but then, like... as you're gazing up at, like, Seto, the man who's up there frozen in his grandeur, and this realization of, like, the sacrifices for love for your children, and then the camera just moves on to the next thing, because they're like, oh, on to the next fucking thing. We've added an original thing to this fucking section. Move on, get away. Don't think about his dad. Move on to the next thing. Don't think about your emotions. You have to move. There's another arc we have to talk about, and I hate it. Rebirth does that so much, unless it's original, and then it lets it sit there. The guy that got a sword, why did I get a babe? Yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna play the third part. And I'm gonna either be, I'm gonna be like, the third part was great, or I'm gonna be like, I fucking hate this. What about a Glock from the lake? Oh, we should add a gun. We should add a gun to the pond. I should add more stuff to the pond. I need to add more stuff to the pond. Oh, maybe we can add stuff to the pond. My next stream is gonna be on Thursday, and we're gonna make emotes, and it's gonna be at the normal time, well, normal-ish time, my normal vacation time, which is 5 p.m. Eastern. And I'm gonna make emotes. I have 5. Oh my god, another duck! I'm gonna make 5 at the moment. There is Cozy. I'm gonna hang myself up by the scruff of my neck. The fishing emote, which I might animate as well for Discord. And then I want to make a 6-7 emote, and there was another one. I should have wrote it down. 6-7. I need to write this down. There was a 6-7 one that I wanted to do yesterday. Googly eyes, yes, thank you. Okay. 6-7 emote. Googly eyes. So maybe we'll also like take suggestions on what to add to the pond. I wanted to add like bands to the pond because I thought that'd be funny. Because you can get banned on the wheel. I feel like I've gotten like nothing done today because I've been yapping, which is absolutely fine. It's so much fun to just yap. That's why I like doing art streamers so much. Like, like they're so fun. You just get to sit there and talk to people. Like I watch other art streamers who just get all this art done and they're not yapping. And I'm like, oh man, why can't I be like that? Or like other art streamers who talk a lot about art. And then I come back to, and I'm like, oh, why can't I be more like that? Why can't the people who come into my chat be interested about art? But then I like stream again. And I'm like, no, I love my chat. We yap about so much dumb shit. I love it. You have 9 hours more to yap and draw. Technically, I could draw more. Art is acting. Yes, it is. That was a really eye-opening thing, actually. Just to go back to the art is acting. When I talked to my mentor, I had a mentor a couple years ago, and he was like, when you're posing characters, try and like act like them. You know, try and like you don't have to taking pictures of yourself doing it is absolutely fine, but like if you want to draw somebody in a pose, if you make the pose yourself or like make the expression or something, you can kind of feel it, like where the tension's supposed to be, like what way your arm is lifting or whatever, and it makes it easier to draw accurately with like that attitude or whatever that you want it to have. I wish I wasn't so sleepy, but tiredness is kicking my ass. That's so fair. You should go to sleep. Draw me like one of your little French girls. Well, let's do it. You asked for this, Kenji. Wait, I want to do it in like this color. I like the terror that this is gonna end up in the time lapse. I think this is what your bunny boy looks like, right? There you go. I don't want to go to work. I'm so sorry. Oh my god, you have geese. Those are the geese that attacked me. There you go. Here, I'll send you a... Oh. There we go. I've drawn you like one of my French girls. You can stay. Where's your name in my friends list? Why do I yap to so many people? Oh, there you are. Okay. Oh. There you go. Why, thank you. You're welcome. I'm gonna keep this on here. Also, speaking of, not even speaking, there's the Final Fantasy VII Rebirth soundtrack. This is the last song in it. This song kicked ass, by the way. Distant Worlds. But Tara bought a Final Fantasy lo-fi collection by the Kiraga people, which I don't know if anybody knows who that is, because I absolutely didn't until today. But they make like lo-fi and I'm guessing other EDM versions of songs for games, and they just make vinyls of them. They're not even affiliated with Square Enix. They just do it, and she got that today. Because I have a Ring camera, and I like to just see who passes by my apartment. I live in an apartment. I don't, so like I see like my neighbor leave all the time, but people have stolen my packages, so that's why I have a Ring camera, and also some family stuff, because my family is crazy, so I have a Ring camera. And I was like, what the fuck did you order? And then she was like, well, come out here and I will show you. And I'm like, oh, okay. And it was that. She wanted me to close my eyes, and then she turned on, put in the vinyl and let it play. And I was like, oh. And I was like, oh, that's the prelude. And I was so shook. Lo-fi, good shit. Yeah, lo-fi's always great. It has like a little bit from every game. There's a lot of 7. There's a lot of 7 though. But what Rebirth does really well though is like, I can't hate Rebirth 100%. Rebirth has fantastic character writing, and that's like, if it didn't have such good character writing, I would hate it more. But there's such good character writing. Like, in Rebirth's entire focus is like, if you've never played 7, Cloud is insane. Cloud's fucking batshit insane, and you get to see that in its best portrayed form, I think, ever. Because he is constantly having moments and freaking out, and it is fantastic. I love that. And it happens so much and so good. And then everybody else sits there in horror, and it actually matters. And it matters. They have to talk to him about it. They're like, hey, are you okay? You get a little twitchy. But then you're also like, this is the strongest guy in the group, and we can't just leave him behind. And it's so good. Anyways, what are you up to, Kenji? How are you today? Welcome to my stream. Now that you've been drawn like a French girl. On nobody's bingo card today where they're like, she's gonna draw me like a French girl. This soundtrack is over, but I'm just gonna let it keep going. 7 has a really good soundtrack too. Can we talk about that? 7's soundtrack is fantastic, especially Reavers. Like, it's just such a good job. But I'll never make Airbuster again. Airbuster is my favorite track. One of my favorite tracks to ever have been made. I love it. I'm gonna go put that in my art chair of mine. I got a Kenji's a French girl. Done by me. In 2026, circa 2026. I don't know what circa means, but we're adding it there. Like, it's really good. Like, it means something important. Ba, 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 ba. I'm gonna have to like go BRB for a minute in about 5-ish minutes. 'Cause Tara has to go to work. So I'm gonna lock the door and say bye-bye to my girlfriend before she has to go slave away at her job. And I get to be comfortable at home. Drawing, living my best life. Also, this is unrelated to everything, but I just thought about it. I also kind of want to try and make a sign. I'm not sure how that will go. I'm not sure if people would actually be interested in it, but I'd like a little sign. It'd probably just be like a collection of art. I'm not sure what the demand for that would be, but I want to make one. I want to try making signs. I think it'd be fun. Dude, I'm looking at these M4S guides. It's cooked. Oh, my M4S is it's really fun. Why are you doing M4? Or do you mean like 12? It's all I can do. Oh, my level is poop. Get your eye level up. Go buy some crafted. You'll be fine. Listen, I got no money. Ask Violet to make you crafted. Oh my god, you're right. Yeah. Because, okay, so the way rating is going to work, and it works in 14. So, like, you make it augmented now, too. Yeah, exactly. So, when a tier is over, most people don't redo those. I mean, you can. There's some people who can. My friend Rev, when he started playing the game, he played in Shadowbringers. He started in Shadowbringers, and he did every Eden fight, despite starting in, like, getting, like, to endgame, where he could do that. He started in, like, I think maybe during the end of Promise, or something like that. The third tier was out. I was a Promise, whatever. Anyways, it was... And for us, it's Wicked Thunder, yeah. So he party findered the first 2 tiers, despite the fact that the third one was current, and he did get all of his clears before Endwalker dropped, and it was crazy. But yeah, typically the previous tiers, most people aren't gonna party finder them, unless it's like someone who wants to like weapon farm or something, like get some glams. The current tiers, so the current 4 fights, so Vamp Fatale, the Extremes, Tyrant, and Everything Burns, Lindworm, are the ones that people are going to actively be trying to prog. So, watching the... Wicked Thunder isn't too bad. The thing with, like, the fights is that they're essentially memorization checks. Everything is pretty standardized to markers. There's markers. Don't forget about being really high. Yeah. And it's, like, just learning... the dance, essentially. You're learning dance steps to clear while pressing your buttons to deal enough damage to win. And that's Savage rating in 14. Miss Streamer. Yes, hello, I'm a streamer. I don't know how to dance. Well, that's, you gotta start. You start with the first step, and then you do the second step. We did Hades with you. I remember doing Hades with you. You've cleared Black Cat. You know, we've done stuff. You did some stuff where you had to learn the steps. So then you just learn a little bit harder steps. And sometimes the steps get faster and I was still lost it. You still did it. You still did it. You learn. We did Zeralja together. I remember doing that with you in Party Finder when Dawn Chill dropped. You got this, okay? It's easy to underestimate yourself, but everybody, you join learning parties, you learn the steps with everybody else, and you get one step, and then you move to the next step, or you memorize that shit somehow, and then you jump into a clear party, and you pray to God you don't sink anybody, because that's what I did, and I sunk no one. On P3S, stop with the motivation, I'm dying. No, I'm here to motivate. This is the Hope Core stream. But I'm going to be right back in about 4 minutes because Tara is going to go to work. So I'm just going to make sure I lock the door. So I'm going to be right back. A little break. Stand up, stretch, get some water, whatever. And I'll be back in a little bit. In a few minutes. Be good. Okay. Okay, we're back. Okay. Oh my god, look at all that fishing. Skateboards. Oh my god. Stop with the movie. Virgil says you need more motivation and power. Yes, he does. Oh my god. Virgil is so motivational. I am motivated just like Virgil. Look at this junk. Yeah, you got a trolley, a scooter, and a skateboard. Oh, and you finally got a fish. Oh my god. Yeah, Kenji, if you're still here, friend, you wanna start with M9S. So Vamp Fatale, and get your eye level enough to do that on Savage. So either force Violet to make you crafted gear, or I mean, there's probably other people who might be able to make. I can't make you crafted gear. I fell off super hard. If you have Gil, you can buy crafted gear. If you can beg for Gil, if you get a sugar mama, she might make you some crafted or buy you some crafted. But it's just learning the steps, you know. It's like step 1, don't die. Perfect. Step 2, mitigate the tank buster and try not to die. Then you die, and then you're like, okay, well, I haven't passed step 2 yet. I gotta mitigate the tank buster. Get crafted, augmented, do your AR to get glaze upgrades for tome gear. Yeah, exactly. If you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball. Absolutely. If I raided, I would absolutely help you. When I was raiding in Pandemonium, I love P8. I don't know if anybody else loves the Hephaestus fight. I loved Hephaestus. I loved Phase 2. I was okay with Phase 1. But I have 100 clears of Hephaestus because I would help my static, and then I would help my static, and then I had all the other friends that I was friends with in statics that would be like, hey, can you come and help me clear? I cleared Hephaestus on every roll. I healed it on every healer. I tanked it. I DPS'd it. The only thing I didn't do is Fizz range. I don't like Fizz range. But I cleared it on Monk. My ass knew that fight so good. My old static, okay? My old static, so it can suffer in top. Does P8 unlock top? I thought P8... I thought it was M4 that unlocked top. Am I thinking of this wrong? Oh, maybe. I mean, I would help clear P8S. It's not hard anymore. P8S. I don't know. I love it. I loved it. Top was P8S. Okay. I didn't do top. But I loved it. I had 100 clears. People. Okay, I had surgery. Okay. I was cut open. Okay, like literally, I have a scar around my stomach. I had to get stuff removed from my insides, and so I have a cut across my abdomen. I came home from the hospital the next day. My friend went, Sarin, if you can, I need a sub for P8S. And I went, I got you, fam. What is gallstone? It wasn't a gallstone. I had tumors on my ovaries that needed to be removed, and together there was 30 centimeters of tumors. So I have a C-section scar that removed my tumor baby and one of my ovaries because it was crushed. That was my surgery. And then I came home, and my friend was like, "Sorry, we need a sub for P8 if you're up to it, friend. But if not, absolutely understood." And I was like, "I got you, as long as I can play Summoner." So I played Summoner literally a few hours after getting home from the hospital. I couldn't sit up, but I leaned back in my chair, and I did the fight. I did the fight on Summoner. And I knew the fight so good, it was just kind of like chilling. I had to clear it so I could die horribly on Looper for a couple of months. Oh, did you clear top though? Did you end up clearing it? I've done 2 ultimates, but I haven't cleared them. I did Uwu with some friends during like the P8S time. It was around there. I ended up leaving that static though, and luckily I that static was like drama, but I learned recently it was more drama than even I anticipated it to be. Oh my god, I want to talk about it for a second. I left it because so I kept showing up like it was before my surgery, but like I had all this pain, and I was showing up like I they couldn't find a sub for me, so I showed up, and I was like in excruciating pain, and then I got sick. I had like a cold or something, and I went. And it had been months. It had been like 6 months or something, and we still weren't past Titan. And I was like, guys, can we stop talking a little bit today? Like, can we like when we get to like Ifrit, can we stop talking because we keep wiping on Ifrit? And then later that day, or like the next day or something, I got a message from my raid lead, being like, someone told me that you were being rude and disrespectful, and I was like, I don't know how. I could barely talk. And then I was just like, you know what? I think I'm done. I think I'm just gonna step away. I think this is kind of ridiculous. That you don't think I was being rude and disrespectful, but someone else did, so you have to come talk to me. I think I'm done. And then I learned that it got worse. All I got was this P8S clear and a lot of trauma. Omega's big fat dumpy is forever steered into my brain. Oh no! 400k for a coat. This is why you have a violet. Those are some snowflakes. Yeah, so I learned, and I'm not gonna say who, and it was a casual group, right? So it's not like you're expecting like big prog or anything. We did it like once a week for a few hours, whatever. I learned that a friend who was in the static invited the person who I assumed who it was. I didn't ask. Invited that person to their actual Savage static, and then that person started going after the people who were in their static, who they were already friends with. Like, it was like this group of people that were already established, and they brought them in, and then they were like, oh, I think this person's rude, and blah, 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 blah. And it ended in apparently them trying to find this person's real life address to send them something in the mail. And I'm like, oh my god. I can't stand those kind of interactions. I need people to be direct on me on those kind of things. Yeah, I agree. I know sometimes it's hard in raid, especially when there's other people around, but like if you have a problem with one person, if you think someone's disrespectful, I don't think you need to go to your raid lead. I think you should just go to the person and be like, hey, like, I think you were being kind of rude. Can we talk about that? Like, being like, hey, raid lead, this person was being rude. Like, I don't think I was being rude. I think I was being kind of respectful, especially because we kept like borrowing people from like to sub in. And I was like, I think you're wasting my time and you're wasting other people's time because you guys keep talking when we get to Ifrit, and I'm tired of wiping on Ifrit. I can do Ifrit just fine. Like, and then we had like this. We weren't gonna use auto markers for Titan, all right? It's what everyone kind of decided. I don't care. So we came up with we went into the simulator and we're trying to work out a solution. And I was the only person verbalizing. We were supposed to be like, call out your number, you know, or something. I don't remember exactly what our plan was. But the people who were against auto marker weren't fucking doing it. It was a headache. My Fru static was when I stopped, which is also my Savage static for the first tier of Dawn Trail, which I really liked. We cleared in 4 weeks, and I was like, damn, that's nice. But I got a little tired on Fru, and I was like, I think I'm done. Like, I can't wipe on I can't do Diamond Dust Prog anymore, guys. I can do Diamond Dust. Like, please. But then I left, and I just was like, I'm just enjoying my free time, so I don't raid anymore. If I was raiding, I would absolutely be like, Kenji, let's jump into M9 or whatever. But I'm not raiding it anymore. I don't know if I'm going to raid in Evercold. Maybe the like middling difficulty with like just some casual friends or something. But I kind of like having free time. But I love raiding in 14. It's like, it's so fun. It's the one thing that I sit here and I'm like, I wish I was still doing that. But I know that I don't have the self-control to not throw myself in it and like memorize mechanics. Look up strats. Look up strats that would be easier for my group. Look up how to do it from like every other job. Get in Party Finder and start progging on not healer. You know? I was in a casual static for a really long time. That was just we haphazardly put together, and we're all still really good friends. Probably like the best static I was ever in. Despite the fact that we cleared like pretty much nothing as a group, we would spend the whole tier on it, and we typically would be clutching out the clear, and people wouldn't be showing up for it, whatever. Because we only raided like once a week for like 2 hours. But we were all friends, and we still are all friends, and we still get together to do stuff. It's great, even though it's been like 3 years since. But when we were doing P8, there is a GIF that I hold on to because I wrote a guide for P8, and it's 5,000 words long. She's gonna make me beg her. No, just ask her, and then. So Kenji, if you go, hey Violet, can you make me crafted gear? You know what Violet's gonna do? She's gonna feel this overwhelming sense of responsibility, and she's gonna do it. She does have that trait, huh? Yes. I can ask her for you if you'd like. I can add her and be like, will you make Kenji crafted gear? I'll ask her, okay. Yeah, Violet, please? I was late to stream because I was doing Unreals and M9S, M10S reclares. No worries, bro. There's no being late to the stream. You're having fun, okay? Have fun with your Unreals and your M9s and M10s reclear. Go for it. Unreal and M9 is fun. M10 though, not so much. Is it not fun? Oh. The fight is fine. It just makes me do awkward rotation. Oh, okay, okay. Like, I love raiding in 14, but it's just like that one thing that I know I don't have self-control. It's like I can't play gacha because I don't have self-control there either. Though, I think at the core I don't really like gacha games. I think they just hit me with a dopamine and I have a gambling addiction. Because I played... When Genshin came out, I spent so much money in Genshin really quick. And I was like, oh my god, I love Genshin. And then I tried to catch up on Genshin after I got burnt out on Genshin. Like, I played like hundreds of hours before Inazuma came out. And then I just could not get back into it to, like, get to Inazuma. And then all these other continents came out. And every time I played Genshin. I'm just like, actually, I think this game kind of sucks. And I'm like, why did I like it so much? Me too. I never went full. I spent thousands. Like, I played from launch into the first Zhao banner. No, the first Hu Tao banner. So that was, launch was like September into like February. And, I would have a bad day at work. And I'd be like, oh my god, what if I spent $100 on Genshin? And, yeah. But, like, when I wasn't spending money on Genshin, I was grinding out artifacts. And that was the point where I'm like, why am I doing this? This is so fucking stupid. And then I went and played 14. And I'm like, man, 14 treats me so good. And then, like, Inazuma came out and stuff. And whatever. And I could just never get back into Genshin. And then, like, I kind of just realized I can't. I played Arknights for like a week, and I spent like $100 in Arknights to get Silver Ash or something like that, and I've never played Arknights since. So like when Enfield came out, I was like, can't do that. I don't play Honkai. I don't play gachas anymore. The gacha is. I played Infinity Nikki, but I didn't really enjoy Infinity Nikki. I also didn't think any of the outfits were good enough to pay money for, but I was just like, no, it's not for me. I still have Ever Crisis. Oh no. I played Arknights Enfield. How was that? It was catchy at first, but then I was like, this is gacha. Yeah. I don't think gacha is innately bad, but it's like, I can't. The way I'm a fight Twitch for making me watch an ad, shaking my head. Let me see my streamer. Watch your ads. Give me my ad revenue. I want ad revenue. I gotta pay for my cat's medication. If I get 22 more subs, we get more emote slots, by the way. We need more emote slots. In 22 more sub points, I get another more emote slots. Anything for Chi, yes. Hello, Violet, how are you? Oh my god, did you sub, Kenji? I forgot I have this thing? Oh my god. Thank you for the sub. Oh my god, 21 more sub points. And we'll get more emotes. Thank you for your Twitch Prime. When did subs cost $8, excuse me? I think because we got regional pricing. I'm okay. Didn't realize you were streaming. I'm a streamer. I'm a streamer. Sometimes I do late night streams when I when I don't have to work. Why are they mean to Canadians, right? It sucks that subs cost so much. A swimmer. You could say that I'm a swimmer. Yeah, I can't do gacha anymore. Anytime like something comes out and it's like, oh, it's gacha, I'm just like, nope, I will appreciate from the distance. I have a friend who sends me Honkai and like Wuwa songs because I like music. I really like Wildfire from Honkai. I think that song is sick as hell, but he'll just send me music and be like, Soren, it's sick, and I'll be like, I will listen to this. I won't play the games, but I'll watch the cutscenes and stuff that you send me, and I'll be like, that looks sick as hell. But I cannot play them. They take too much time. Ever Crisis tag team my brain with the 7 and near collapse. Oh no! Time to listen to Vanguard sound? If you want to send that to me, feel free to. I will listen to stuff that people send me, as long as I'm like, if you send it to me when I wake up, I will probably forget, and if you send it to me when I'm at work, I will probably forget. But I do not get upset if people are like, did you listen to this? Did you listen to this? Can we talk about it? I'll be like, hey, yo, I will listen to it. Hopefully I'm in a situation where I can listen to it. Because, like, when I wake up, I'm laying in bed, and usually there's someone beside me who's still sleeping. And I'm like, I can't just, you know, be a TikTok baby and start watching this, but I don't want to get out of my bed. I like watching stuff that, like, friends send to me. I was talking this when Emma was here, but it's like, I get more value from experiencing things that my friends are interested in than, like, I guess keeping up with internet trends, I guess, if that makes sense. Like, if someone's like, this thing's really cool, please watch it, I'm way more inclined to do that than, like, oh, going on YouTube and being like, oh, this YouTuber that I don't personally know and, you know, is successful, is putting out. This was about me, wasn't it? What trade I got? I'm using those context clues. Also, your question is what made me see your streaming stats. Basically, Kenji was like, I tried looking at the M4S thing, being like, my level's not high enough to do M9. And I'm like, ask Violet to make you a crafted set. And he's like, but she'll probably make me beg. And I'm like, no, if you say, hey, Violet, can you make me a crafted set? She's probably going to feel an obligation to make you a crafted set. And she'll make you a crafted set. And that was the conversation. I offered to craft him gear like 2 weeks ago. The fool! Kenji, what the fuck? Oh, do you want to see Kenji drawn as a French girl, by the way? That's me, the fool. Oh my god, that's your tarot card. A fish before I start my ship. Zafu, I asked him to make me a teamcraft list and he's struggling. Oh my god. Show, okay. Oop, that's not, there you go. That's Kenji as a French girl. I simply can't figure out how to add items to the list. It says add items and then you look them up. That's amazing. He's like, draw me like one of your French girls when he came in here, and I went, okay. My FCS are your self-promoted Omnicrafter, and anyone buys gear, she gets bad. Oh my god, that was me for my static. I was like, don't spend your gil. I will just make it for you. Especially if you bring me the tome meds, I'll make it for you. And now I don't even have I have a second tier crafting. Wait, where was I? I was like right here. Okay, yeah, that's where I was. Kenji, when I have to make a new list because you make a... She managed to capture my immaculate presence perfectly. It won't be goofy, but gosh, Kenji! I assume it's gonna be full courtly lovers set unless you already have some higher things. I can't wait for Kenji to look like a magical girl. Gosh, Kenji! Gosh! What do you think you're doing with them there magical girl outfit? I tore the lovers set. It's so good. I made a glam for Evercold, and then I was curious what because I'm using the one tanking set from the one with the angry carbuncle boss. I don't remember what it's called, the Uiwata station or whatever. And I'm using the tanking top for that, for a glam for Evercold. And since it's not dyeable, I was like, well, what other things are people pairing with it? And the striking courtly lovers gloves or arm guards, whatever, look very nice with it. If they're dyed the specific color, because they match it so good. So I went and bought those. I stand by every other set looks cool, but casters looks foolish. As a caster, I'm devastated. Oh, well, at least you can wear all the other ones, right? You bought them? Yeah. I just bought them. I got deep pockets. Yeah, I bought them. I can't make them. I don't have a crafted set. You didn't want to make them. I would have made them for you. That's fine. I bought them. I bought them. I got deep pockets. My pockets are deep. I swear to God. You all kill me. I bought them for glam. I bought them for glam. They were like 200k or something. I got like 180 mil. I'm fine. I'm fine. I'd be even richer if I kept crafting. It was hilarious because what was it like back in the fall or something? 180 mil? Yeah, my deep pockets, Kenji. My pockets are deep, bro. My number goes up, except a little bit. Watch Kenji struggle for 2 weeks with gear caps. Now this, I'm devastated. I haven't passed 2 million years, bro. You just gotta start my secret is just number go up. I don't hoard things, and I just sell everything. Back in the fall or whatever, I told Emrys that I would make I would craft for them for the current tier. And the more I worked towards getting my crafting set, the more I realized that wasn't gonna happen. And it was like in December, I'm like, okay, bro, I don't think this is happening. I've gathered everything. I have all the mats. It's taken me like 4 months to do that. I haven't made my sets yet. I don't think that's gonna happen. And then Emrys was like, yeah, I kind of figured. And then I sold it. I sold it all a few months ago. I had every mat to make my crafting set and was like, fuck it. Just on the market board. Oh no, they just did it themselves. This was back for January. I think Emrys has cleared the tier and stuff. I sold all my mats to make my own gear. And then I sold... If you get a crafting set mysteriously mailed to you. I had enough mats because Chris, during the second tier, asked me to make him potions with an aesthetic part. And I had enough mats to make like 7,000 potions, and I sold all of that. And then I had enough materials to fill my retainers again with turn-ins. And then I had enough I had my retainers were full of turn-ins, so then I just sold all of that. And I made a lot of money. I made a lot of money. Man, I need to just figure out what's needed for those things and farm them. Yeah, it's just current gear. That's all you gotta do. That's why I'm always like, when people are like, oh my god, my inventory is so full and I'm a crafter. It's like, you only need to keep what you need. Like, everything else is disposable. And, like, or not needed. Like, you don't need every mat. You don't have infinite space. I'm a minimalist. There's things you can prepare for, like especially between expansions. Like, not between patches. Like, maybe Evercold's gonna be different, but everything works, at least until this point, on a pattern. So you can be like, this one is when you get the new Aether Sand, so you shouldn't stock up on this Aether Sand, but if you want to do day one crafting, you need to have like a bunch of Aether Sand, you need to get these ones, you won't need these time nodes, but you'll need these ones, and stuff. Don't understand. I need them. Insert random item. No, you don't. No, you don't. Hoarders, teach me your ways. I have 5 retainers and they're empty. And I crafted multiple times for entire static. My retainers specifically are for selling. And at the very beginning of expansions, I make enough turn-ins so I don't have to make any more turn-ins. Because you're going to need, for the last set of something, you're going to need a mega metric fuck ton, and I don't feel like doing that on a whim when I'm like, I need to make things! And then you can sell that shit for high amounts of money. I should really go down in retainers though, but I need to empty one. So my only retainer with stuff in it is my glamour retainer from Heavensward. Okay, so before the dresser came, and you had to store your glam somewhere, and I just kept them in a retainer, And I have never moved the stuff that I left in that retainer out of it. So I took the things that I liked, but I have like all these weapons and other random things that I don't particularly care about for glam, but I just kind of left them in that retainer. And that's all. That's my most full retainer, which has like 70 things in it. It's all fun and games until pentamelting. And I... if you just, the only other thing that I keep is I have one retainer for only crafting materia, and I keep every single piece of my crafting materia. Gathering materia can go throw out the window, but I keep every single piece of my crafting materia. So pentamelting is very easy. My ass is always spirit bonding. I just got 10,000 steps swinging my arms around. I've begun hoarding my materia now. Yeah, always pop a spirit bomb potion. Just take it all, keep it all. And you're all set. You're all set. Those are my secrets. That's it. That's all I got. Do stuff today to make the day for tomorrow easier. is my stuff. Ba 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 ba. I'd be hoarding all materia though, crafter, gatherer, battler, everything. I mean, I don't plan to raid. I keep the clusters. And then when I was playing all the time, I would amass clusters because I was doing dailies all the time. And then when a new raid tier would come out, I'd be like, who wants some crit materia? And then I would just throw that shit up on the market board and make like 700,000 gil. And it was always really good. I always felt fantastic. I'm not even like rich by rich standards. Like there are people richer than I. If I'm not raiding, why keep... You get so much materia. Why not? Exactly. I am a fool. Wait. No. I was gonna say wait till UMAD comes out in 2 weeks, but I don't know. You might... Or is it next week? Is it the 2nd or the 6th? The 2nd, right? Because, like, materia is not going to go up in price until the next, like, raid tier. But we also don't know how Evercold's changing, right? So you have to, like, keep up with the climate of game change for money, right? Like, I chose the worst time to sell all my materials. If I sold them, like, back in January, I would have made so much money. Or back in, like, November, I would have made bank. Probably a page of just battle materia. Yeah, I would just sell that shit. Also, with battle materia, you don't really need to keep older ones. You just need, like, the current 2. Yeah. And, like, if you don't plan tenacity, throw that shit away. Piety in the garbage. You just really need to keep, like, spell speed. Maybe. Crit. Direct hit. And that's like it. Keep tenacity if you're a tank. No, throw that away. Throw it in the garbage. Don't listen to him. Direct hit. Is tenacity good now, or is that still just a prog thing? I haven't kept up on the stat stuff. Piety's complete. Yeah, throw that shit in the garbage, right? Tenacity is like the bottom. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I feel like you would fill up like, but it can rear its head. I never looked at the balance for my melds. It was like, okay, so you fill crit wherever crit can go, and then it's like direct hit or determination, and then if neither of those will go in, you cry. I had to use one on my Bis. Wild. I cry. Oh no, why you cry, Sleepo, Dachi? I also want to mention, okay, I'm a healer and I love prog healing. My ass is never bringing mana potions, and I know that's stupid. All my healer friends be like, I got my mana potions. I'm like, I'm potting or I'm not. If I run out of mana and I can't raise you, you're fucked. I'm overmelding my gatherer set. Oh no. Stop. My condolences. I know people do it, and I know the balance tells you to, and like the team craft stuff. I'm just like, I'm gonna gather anyways, and I don't care about a little bit more of my yield. I ain't doing my crafters now. Well, crafting gathering at least should be cheaper. Yeah, absolutely. It's not as expensive. I make sure my gatherers hit my perception thresholds for stuff, and then I'm like, that's all you're getting, child. Get it. Grab it. Pick it up. I want to finish doing the metal. I put so much metal on this. Oh, gar. I don't care if casters expect to use mana pots, but nope. Yeah, you probably don't need to. I do mid-tier melts for crafters gatherers. I was doing high tier, because I didn't want to have to use anything else. Not for gatherers, though. I was like, high tier, crafted, let's go. But you still have to use other shit. It sucks. But I also wanted to always 100% HQ crafts and not having to do as many HQ pre-crafts. It's great. Technically my crafter sets aren't done because I haven't made all the tools, but like current tools are good enough. Fair. Red made you super ethers for prog if people keep dying. Yeah, I never brought super ethers with me. I should have. But I was like, if I'm in a situation where I'm out of mana and people are dying, we're probably just gonna wipe. Like, and after many years, I'm finally vocalizing. All like Neb and my friend Evie were all like, oh my god, super ethers come in so much handy. And I'm just like, oh yeah, I don't use those. But I'm your healer, here to heal you. Oh, a black red eye. Oh, look at that. You successfully made the list. Let's go! Let's go, Kenji! It's handy if you yourself die, though, than waiting for Lucid to tick. Yeah. It is definitely handy. However, I refused. Even taught our new feature of the app. Oh, nice. Look at Kenji's expertise. Boom, boom, ba-doom, boom, boom. Most people just link. He did a permission share. Oh my god. Let's go. It's like sharing Google Docs the hard way. Chug the super ether sword. Alright, do it right now. That's a lot of water. I drank my entire bottle of water. God forbid a man do it the proper way. Oh, I feel hydrated on the inside now. Like, oh, that's what I needed. Do you ever like spend a day and you're like, oh man, I feel kind of like I don't feel sick, but I don't feel good. And like nothing's happened to make me feel but I just don't feel and then you drink water and you're like, yeah, water. Sometimes I have headaches and I'm like, I don't feel good. And then I'm like, I never took vitamins and I didn't drink enough water. I don't feel good anymore. It's been a long time since I felt good. I'm sorry. Have you considered taking a vacation from work and drawing for 12 hours a day? That's improved my quality of life a lot. Water is magic, right? I only drink water and tea in my life now, but I don't drink enough water, like, just on its own. I need a vacation. You should take a vacation. I'm on vacation right now. I'm so happy to just do nothing. But if I get to drink it sometimes, so I flavor it because silly flavor makes me remember. When my brother lived with me, he bought all these water flavors, and I'm like, and he's like, you should try them, and I'm like, I don't flavor my water. Die! Bot! Die! I'm like, I'll make another tea. But I just drank my entire bottle. I was trying to kill the beer faster. I'm so on top of it. I also don't flavor my water. So one of the reasons I don't flavor my water, I don't mind them flavored, but when I was a kid, my public school had this water vending machine, and it had flavored water. And that water was so good. And I don't even remember what it was, but it's just, when I'm like, flavored water things, it's just, nothing ever tastes the way that water did in public school. And like, I wish I remembered even like the brand of water that came out of that vending machine. When I drink juice, I water it down. I'm such an old man. Is it too sweet for you? Do you guys still or ever buy those like condensed frozen things of juice that you're supposed to like add the water to and then mix around? My ass as a kid was like, I bet this would be delicious if you just like let it melt and then drank it. And I did that. Dude, that shit is, oh my god. They stopped making them? What? My work still has them. Is it just an Alberta thing? It's too damn sweet. I totally can feel the sweet, Kenji. Not? It's a whole Canada thing? Let me... Frozen juice cans. Canada? Maybe I'm just gaslighting myself. But I'm pretty sure my work still has them. But maybe I'm gaslighting. I'm gonna have to go look. Maybe it's not, maybe it's because it's not Minute Maid. Well, now I'm looking. Oh yeah, so it's just Minute Maid. I think. The Minute Maid ones are gone. All of them because it was the same factory? Oh, okay. I guess maybe I'm just moving something else that looks like it. Well, damn. I haven't bought them in years. Oh, actually have never bought them in my life. My mom would buy them when I was a kid. But I'm also with Kenji. I'm too, things are too, I don't drink juice anymore. Shit's too sweet for me. You might have some if it's recent. Yeah, I think I moved some. There's some listed on my store's website. It's like a little juice once in a while. A little juice, a little sweet. My treats end up being like, I'm gonna drink alcohol. I had sangria yesterday. I love having a Fitbit and seeing how alcohol affects my heart rate. Even without cold medicine. Vodka and cranberry. Oh, so good. For my birthday, my fucking coworkers got me wine glasses and a gift card to go buy alcohol because they were like, my department manager was like, I heard you liked wine. And I'm like, oh no, my reputation precedes me. Oh, tour box, why aren't you working? All right, let's go. I really like sangria though, and luckily sangria tastes just like juice if it's good. If it's good sangria. But getting drunk on sangria is incredibly difficult because it's so low percentage. Although I did say, wow, this is some baby shit the first time I had wine, and then I drank 2 bottles and was like, oh fuck. I just like it because it was easier than carrying bottles home and easy to have on hand for a case of juice. That's so fair. I mean, yeah, it makes sense. Bottles of juice do be heavy. And you don't have to drink. I mean, I guess like juice is so processed it takes forever to go bad on like normal, but like the concentrate in the freezer is not gonna go bad. But when I was a kid, I tried drinking that shit, and it's very sweet. That's very sweet. I was like, my like face inverted, like. Mm? And I was my hubris as a child was immediately dashed. It's a you just gotta like stick your tongue in it and it's like an immediate reaction. It's like perish, die. Too sweet for me. And that was when I could take something. I needed a little hubris. A little hubris. One day I'm gonna finish rendering this and then people will be able to look at it in completion. And that day will be hopefully in the next coming week. Be like, what are you gonna stream today, streamer? And I'm like, the same thing I've been streaming the last fucking 2 weeks. Rendering is forever. Rendering is forever. I have one open on the side because I was like, I might work on that instead of this to change it up. But I'm like, nah, there's too much left on this. Also, I mentioned this earlier, but to anybody who wasn't here earlier, we're gonna stream again on Thursday, and I'm making a 6-7 emote. So I hope you're all ready for that. There's 5 emotes to be made. The fishing emote is going to replace what the fuck though, because we require a fishing emote. And I'm following 6-7. 6-7. 6-7. Yeah. It can't be in the stream though, so it's only gonna be a Discord one. And I don't think I can make any more stickers. Let me just check this one though. I think we have to get higher to make more stickers. No stickers. Although I could change the what the fuck. I'm probably gonna change what the fuck for the fishing. We'll make 6-7. 6-7. So I'm in one server that has the limit cut markers, and I dropped the 6 and 7 limit cut markers in like 14 discords, and it's funny when people get it. It's so funny. 6-7. We live in a great timeline. It's so stupid. Just a new meme. It's kind of getting old now. It's lived a really long time. It has so much cultural impact. So my phone, before 6-7 came around, my phone passcode is 6767 because it's very easy to press as a passcode. And so my work, we get like little phones and stuff to do like that scan, and we need them for our job. And so you make like a little passcode every time you log in for like that device. And so my department changed how it did something, and my coworker's thing wasn't working. It just wasn't working, and mine was. We all knew mine was. So I let her have mine, and I went and did whatever. And it will auto-lock at random intervals. And she was like, "Hey, Soren, what's your passcode?" And I had to say 6767. And as I was saying it, I was like, "Oh, this is fucking hilarious." And I just walked away smiling. Like, yeah, 6-7. It was so good. It was so funny. Did you do the hand motion? I kind of did. It's just instinctual. I would have loved to see your face. I'm not sure if she's aware of the meme though, but I yelled it across my department, so it wasn't just like this intimate conversation, or I'm like, "Oh yeah, my passcode's 6767." I was like 6767. It's so good. And okay, I made my phone passcode before 6-7 was a meme. Like, it's been my passcode for years now. Ba 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 ba. Bum, 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 bum. I don't know. I think as the load-bearing employee of my department, I'm allowed a little funny, silly tee-hee ha-has. I'm allowed to 6'7". A little 6'7" as a treat. You're allowed all exactly. I'm glad you understand. This is a little 6'7". Honestly, the limit cut 6'7" is not arriving as funny it is. It's so good. It's so good. I hope that's... I haven't really watched a lot of people prog or anything this tier, but I really hope the next time there's limit cut markers and 6 and 7 have to be called or something or do something specific, that it just ruins so many conversations. Sorry, and 6 and 7 will... And then you just hear... Oh, just giggling. Or if just UMAD's got some limit cut, which it should, I think. Kefka had a limit cut, didn't it? I don't know. It's been a long time since progging Kefka. I'm sure they'll put it in there somewhere. What a clown that guy is. Yeah, what a clown. We're gonna clown on him. If they don't put the funny meme mechanic in Clown Ultimate, what's the point? Exactly. Kefka says go and do limit cut. I hope he has a bunch of funny voice lines. Excuse me, Colin, what are you vibrating about? Stop that! Stop that! You could say he's dancing. Dude's about to rage quit. He's gonna rage quit. It'd be so funny. It's like you're about to clear, and then just like Kefka has left the duty. And then you're like, oh fuck, and you have to chase him through like streets of fucking, oh god. Tulio lol or solution 9. Like he's just like, fuck you! That'd be so funny. He's escaped the confines of the raid. I have no predictions for it, but it's like next week, right? I can't wait. I love watching the World Race. We gotta get the Pilk out, though. Let's go, Pilk. Every, like... It wasn't like... We didn't do it for, like, anything in Dawn Trail, but for the last... Well, no, that wasn't for Fru, but when Top was the ultimate and the one of the tiers before, we, me and my friends all drank Pilk together in a voice call to celebrate it getting cleared. I feel like it's soon. Why do I feel like it's longer? It's like literally, it's on the 2nd of the, I think it's the 2nd. The 6th wouldn't be a Tuesday. Pilk, yeah, Pilk. Like Pepsi and milk. Pepsi and milk. Pilk. Bum 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 bum. make this flat, and then it's just gonna get its shiny reflectives. Things we humans do never ceases to amaze me. Pilk isn't that bad. Like, it's kind of like a root beer float in the sense that you replace the root beer with the Pepsi and you replace the ice cream with milk. So it's just a creamy pop. But I mean, we do other crazy shit. Like, there's a bar that I go to and they have, it's called like an elderflower or something. And I thought it sounded cool. Like, it sounded weird, and I didn't want to try it. But I also wanted to try it, but I don't know what flowers taste like. But I got brave, and I tried it, and it's delicious. It tastes like sangria. Flowers taste like sangria. And that's my favorite drink to get there now. Weird-ass flowers. And it's this nice, beautiful, like, pinky red. It looks delicious. And I'm just drinking flower juice. It's so yummy. It's so good. Whenever I go there. This is not that saturated. Yeah, I think Pilk sounds worse than it actually is, though. I would actually say you should try it. Just give it a go once. This is the only time that I ever buy pop is for Pilk, and if I'm gonna mix drinks. Because I'm a fan of a Long Island, and a Long Island needs a little bit of Coke. My fucking coworker one day... No, it wasn't even one day. It was we were out drinking. And she fucking looks at me and she's like, did you know a Long Island iced tea has no iced tea in it? I'm like, yeah, I do know. I've made them. She's so funny. That was the one I said 6'7" to. Also, now here's another stupid work story. So I work alone for the most part, and then all my coworkers show up at like just before my shift ends. We're all on break together. Well, they're at the start of their shift. I'm on break, and so they have the entire day to get up to shenanigans. And for whatever reason, they were teasing the one girl about the table not being wood, and I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about, but what stupid thing happened the day before? And she told me. Basically, what they ended up telling me was when she was a kid and she'd be watching TV, she would sit on the floor and she would press her teeth into the coffee table. And I just went, oh yeah, I did that too. and my one coworker has now filled my meme, my messenger with memes of us chewing on coffee tables as a kid. To be fair, I was also initially surprised no tea is involved, or that it does not even remotely taste like tea. It kinda, a little bit, but yeah, it's like tequila, vodka, rum, triple sec, and what, whiskey? With just a little bit of Coke and lime. And it's delicious. It's delicious. Mm-hmm. It is a little bit deceptive that it doesn't have any iced tea in it. But they are so good. They are dangerous. Long Island's are dangerous. Because they are so out. Like, their alcoholic content is massive. It's like an ounce. It's like 5 ounces of alcohol if you do it correctly. And then just a little bit of Coke and a little bit of a lemon. And there you go. When I made it, though, I couldn't find triple sec. But triple sec is basically blue curacao. So I would make mine with blue curacao. Is there even any iced tea? No, there's no iced tea in a Long Island. Me who doesn't drink cheese. Oh my, they're so good though. They don't taste like iced tea, but they don't taste like alcohol. So they're delicious. They're so good. I drank 4 with cold medicine and my heart almost exploded. Twisted tea is also a thing. Yeah, but like Smirnoff, is it Smirnoff? Smirnoff branded stuff, you can always taste that like bleh. That, Smirnoff has like this pointed. People who say vodka smells like anything are just alcoholics because vodka smells and tastes very strong. But all Smirnoff has like the pointed bleh. Long Island's are a prime example of how mixing spirits kind of mellows the two up. Yeah, it definitely does. Vodka is just vodka. Grey Goose vodka is disgusting. Mix bourbon and rum, the best of both worlds. The only time I've had bourbon is when you guys were here and Ty had that like bottle of it. And I had a little bit and I was like, that's gross. And also when I bought the bottle of Grey Goose and was like, this is the worst vodka I've ever tasted, despite this bottle costing $100. I still drank it all though. Put some fucking rum in it, it's good. Oh, tour box. Why are you being this way to me? There we go, okay. Russian vodka is great. My vodka tasting is not that experienced. I'm like, I drink a lot of Absolute because it's so cheap. Like, when I did drink. I don't drink that much anymore. It's expensive and it's not good for me, but I like to drink when I go out. It's just the most vodka. That's so fair, very fair. Whenever I go out for dinner, I went out for dinner yesterday and I'm like, the one place I go has this fancy sangria, and I'm like, and they gave me these huge strawberries on the side, and I was like, oh, don't mind if I do, yum, 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 yum. Nom, nom, nom. Alcohol is like, I think even if you don't drink, there's like a certain like art to crafting cocktails and stuff that's really easy to appreciate. Like, I like to watch Drink Masters, and on Drink Masters they talk a lot about like how mocktails are like super important in bars and stuff, and to be able to make like a non-alcoholic cocktail, because it's just like, it's like such an experience to like see these flavors mixed in a drink, and even like without the alcohol component, for like it to be like taste a certain way and for it to be like decorative. It's like gourmet food but like drinks, you know, and it's not like you're a yuppie with wine. It's like oh, you have like, it's this pretty color and it's served in this fancy glass, and it's like, it's its own little thing. I went to this bar and cocktail mixing is truly an art form. It sure is. It's crazy. I went to a bar and they had a mojito, but it was supposed to look like an aquarium on the inside. So it had like nerd candy on the bottom for like rocks. And then they had a bunch of like Swedish fish inside. And the mint was like the seagrass. And it was delicious. I drank it so much. I'm currently obsessed with making margaritas. Hell yeah. Let's go. Sometimes mocktails are better than the cocktails because you don't have to like worry whether someone like put too much in, you know, like too much, like if it's like something that's really poignant, which a lot of alcohol is in its taste, you don't have to worry about that. It's just like, here's all the fucking flavors mixed together. It's delicious. When I went to KupoCon, we had like drink coupons at the ball to get drinks. And they ran out of the cocktails, or just didn't serve us the actual cocktail. And we got like a mocktail, and it was so good. It was so yummy. It's like such an art form, and they're so pretty and decorative, and oh. You can make so many things, like there's a YouTube barkeeper guy who just makes stuff, but like the fact that people make whole ass like egg peaks and shakers, that shit's crazy. If you're ever like bored, there is a show. It's called Drink Masters on Netflix, and it's basically a drink making competition. And it's interesting. It's very neat. Also, some bars are really cool. There's a bar in Toronto that's in an old church, kind of. It's not like a proper church, like not like one that you would like see with like all the steeples and stuff. It's like this building that used to be a church that has like a big ass stained glass window, and it's gorgeous inside because it used to be a church, and it's just this fancy bar that sells these fancy stuff, and it looks so cool, but it's very expensive and very bougie. There's also this place in Toronto that is even worse, but it's called the Writing Room, and it's like a 17th floor bar in like this building. I don't know if it's like an apartment building, like a penthouse or something. It is absolutely gorgeous, but hundreds of dollars. You gotta be one of those people who are like, you know, you gotta have the cash to go to the Writing Room, and it has like the one whole wall is just window, so you can see the whole city lit up, and it's classy. It's gorgeous. Would not fit in there. I feel too unfancy. I feel like I'm out of place in places that have like cloth napkins. I'm like, oh god. They're gonna know I don't belong here. I really need to visit Canada someday. You should. It's a lot of cool stuff. Kenji should come back to Canada. Get your... We gotta have that sake. The 6 years age sake. Getting close to 7. You should come back. Is it sealed? It is sealed. 6-7, let's go. It's probably fine. We looked it up, and sake apparently tastes worse with age or something like that. But who cares? We'll still drink it. I'll plan a trip soon. Let's go! Listen, one time I was at a convention, and this girl talked me into buying candles, and all I wanted was these weird Pokemon drinks, and one of the drinks was cheese flavored. And we drank that. It was awful. It had Squirtle on it, and it was cheese flavored. It was like sea salt and cheese soda or something. And Kenji, if you ever come visit, if you ever come here, Taco Bell is a very short trip away. Like a stone's throw away. Get that Taco Bell. Get that Taco Bell. You could go to Taco Bell time. Taco time and you pick Taco Bell? The fuck is Taco time? I don't have a taco time where I live. I don't even go to taco. I don't go to places for tacos. You can make those at home. I don't think taco time is a place here. Let me see. Taco time. Map. Okay, so there's a taco time in Niagara Falls. There's one permanently closed. There's 2 permanently closed in Toronto, and those are the only... Oh, wait, there's one in London? Then there's one in London, and that's it. Oh, there's one in London and Niagara Falls, and that's it for Ontario. How many are in over there? You have a single taco time in Edmonton. That's all the way on Glen Riding Heights. That's crazy. Wherever the fuck that is. I hope I'm not doxing anybody. There used to be, I don't know, that's what popped up for me. Apparently it's gone downhill. I haven't been in ages. What? There used to be multiple? No? Technically doxing me. Technically doxing you, because I'm sure you live right above it. I've been to Taco Bell one time in my life. And so in my town, there was a Taco Bell. My brother's girlfriend at the time worked there, and it was closing. And so she was like, we're gonna go and get, like, because it was cheap as fuck, right? You just show up like the day before it closes and you can get cheap shit. So she bought me a bunch of stuff, and it was fine. And then it closed, became something else, and then the Taco Bell opened exactly in the same building that it was in again. But I've been to I went to a Taco Bell in like 2009 or something. That was the only time I've ever been to a Taco Bell. But for Kenji, for his love of Taco Bell, there's one nearby. I make my tacos at home. I had pupusa. At this, like, I don't remember specifically. Oh my god. It was so delicious. There's 7 or 8? Oh my god. I just looked up taco time and then I zoomed out on the map. Taco Bell is dope. I had it yesterday. Amazing. Oh wait, no, I've had it one other time. I remember one time I was just playing 14 and then my partner ordered it and then gave me like a Crunchwrap Supreme. And that was the only other time I've had Taco Bell. I haven't gotten any taco place in forever, TVH. There's a place in my town that's like a family business. Not a home run business, a family business. That's just sells tacos, but they're kind of expensive. It'd be fun to go sometime. But I don't have a craving for tacos. Like, I think it's just like a food thing. Like, if somebody else is like, let's go get tacos, I'm like, yeah, whatever. But I'm like, man, I really want some tacos. I'm always like, I need some chicken. I need some chicken yesterday. Give me some chicken. I had chicken today. I have chicken in my fridge to go eat. I love chicken. My favorite absolute food to go eat, and if there was one in my area, I would eat it all the time. Korean barbecue is the most delicious food that I've ever eaten. And I need it. I miss Jollibee already. I would love to go to Jollibee, but they are only in Toronto, in my area. And that is 2 hours away. And that's expensive to go to Toronto. The collab will be over. If anybody in the US wants to go to Jollibee and get me a code, though, I'd love you. But that shit's only in, like, the West Coast, isn't it? Yeah, there's hardly any in the States. Oh, it's so mean. It's so mean. You can't just... Ugh. It'd be really funny, just like, oh, here's a collaboration with this family-run restaurant in this one location, and you can get your Final Fantasy merch from there. And that would be insane. That would be insane. But, like, family-run restaurants are always, like, they're so good. I watched this video about a guy in Toronto. Like, he was visiting Toronto. He was, like, going to whatever cities the World Cup was taking place in, and he was like, holy fuck, food in Toronto is, like, the best. And it's so good. Like, it's... If anyone ever wants to go on like a food thing in Canada or like on a trip, Toronto is fucked up. Okay, it has nothing it's known for, but it has everything, and it has everything on the scale of like these people came from that area of the world and opened their store, and it's delicious. It's so good. It's crazy. It's my favorite. Going to Toronto is like overwhelming and busy, and I feel like I'm gonna die and someone's going to kill me, but maybe not. But I'm also like, there is not enough time in my life to eat all the food that I want to eat in this fucking city. Oh yeah, there's this one guy I follow on TikTok who's always eating at this amazing food. It's so good. There's so much good shit. I don't think there's been a single... Like, I got food poisoning in Toronto, though, but it was still delicious. Something tried to kill me. And... It was so good, though. Like, whatever thing tried to kill me, it was great. We went to... I'm pretty sure it was the hot pot, but, we had this very awkward experience going to Hot Pot, the one Hot Pot stock was just called Chinese medicine. And oh my god. If I want to be sick and eat that, like, that was so good. I don't even know what was in it. We were like, what is it? And they're like, it's our most popular, it's Chinese medicine. And we're like, why not? And it's crazy. Toronto's an experience because like you go there and you don't hear English, and like people think like, oh, you're gonna hear French. You don't hear French either. You hear everybody else speaking a different language, and it's crazy. It's like it's not even like a melting pot because people aren't like assimilating to like a culture. It's just everybody is bringing their culture and like living with their culture in this big city. So it's just, it doesn't know what the fuck it is, but it's so great. And it's not full of like racist bigots, which is fantastic for leaving like a small town. There's nobody being like, oh, the people are like, we came into Union Station, which is like where everything connects in Toronto. And there was like this dance thing happening, and it was like some like I don't remember. It had a sign, but I don't remember what the sign says. But it was some like Indian cultures of dancing, and it was crazy. And I was just like, oh my god, this is beautiful. This is so cool. And then like we were in the ROM, and there was like a like traditional Chinese band that just showed up in the Royal Ontario Museum, and then like there's just people everywhere. It's crazy. All different kinds. It's fantastic. Toronto is crazy. It's huge, too big, and there's a lot of angry people on the roads. But it's also just like, damn, this exists. This directionless, confused city exists. That just like is oddly welcoming. Like, everybody's welcome. No matter like who you are. To just exist as what you are, like you're not gonna get anything. It's not a city you go to like get famous, so like people live there, so you have like a lot of, you know, connections. But it's like you show up as you, and you are allowed to be, you know. China should pay you a fee for a sales pitch. You're welcome. Come on, what is her name? Like Alexa Chow, give me some money. It's also weird, like, because I spent just a week wandering around Toronto, and it's, it was crazy. But seeing videos of people there and being like, I was there! I know where that is! It's crazy. Every time I go back, I'm going back in September to go to a concert, and I'm like, more food! More food! There's so much good food. It's just expensive. It's very expensive. It's very, 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 very expensive. Like, staying in Toronto, expensive. Food in Toronto, expensive. But it's so good. Oh my god, it's been like 3.5 hours. Oh my god. Look at me, I'm such a streamer. Oh my god, I'm giving everybody like so much content lately. Look at me. This is like the second 3.5 hour stream this week. Usually my art streams are only like 2 hours. I do probably need to stop it soon. Max streamer. I'm the streamer. I'm gonna stop the stream soon though. I have to go work on pages, and at the moment, I'm trying to keep stream maxing. Yeah, not looks maxing, stream maxing. I'm going to. I need to work on comic pages though. That's probably what I'm gonna spend the rest of my night doing, and not rendering hell for 5 hours. So I'll probably stop in like a minute. She's got to get her fish in. She's got to get some fishing in. She's got to fish and fish up a nugget. We haven't seen Short for a while. You should fish him up sometime. We should see Mr. Short. Oh gosh. Alright. So we got like nothing done today, but this is what I've gotten done in the last 2 days. This is a bit. Look at that. Look at it coming together. Look at that coming together. Oh my god. Oh my god, more fishing. Alright. A sailfish. I'm gonna close the fish. The pond! The pond is closed. Now. The pond is closed now. And I'm going to hit my ending stream. Okay. I will be back. Close thy pond. Yes, the pond is gone. Oh no, Kenji. I'm sorry. I'll be back on Thursday, and we're gonna make emotes. So we're making a cozy emote, a hold this stupid streamer up by her scruff. We are going to make a fuck, what was the other one? A fishing emote, which is going to be animated and not animated. And then we'll have a 6-7 and a googly eye emote as well. So we're gonna make 5 emotes on Thursday at 5 p.m. Eastern time. Whoa! I threw my Patreon. And then we'll do that. I am going to go get attacked by geese, so I'll be back with my war stories on Thursday as well. But yeah, that's when we'll be back. Maybe tomorrow I'll do a late night stream. I don't know. I'm gonna do a pop-up stream as I'm on vacation, so I can stream whenever I want. But I need to work on comic pages, and I'm not gonna stream any of the comic pages from the first 3 chapters. But when I hit the 4th one, I might do these fun little streams where the page is blurred. I don't know. Shenpai did something like that. And I'm just, I'll wait for a reception, despite most of my stream not being about the art, but being about the yap. So we might do that, but I want to not spoil anything. So I'm gonna go heat my chicken in my fridge and go work on some comic pages. And then I'm gonna do that for the next 7 hours. So that'll be really fun. But thank you guys for hanging out. Thanks for being here. And yeah, even though it was late night and not my normal schedule, we had a lot of fun. I like yapping. It just went from Hope Core to me ranting about Rebirth to just some food. I love food. Thanks for all the yaps. No problem. I'm happy to yap. My throat is so dry though. I feel like I've been playing Ace Attorney. Oh, and we'll be doing Ace Attorney on Saturday. I'm going to try and finish it. I'm going to try and finish Ace Attorney on Saturday. And finish Spirit of Justice, because I'm so done. But then we have the DLC case. It'd be so cool to just be done with it. I want to play Road to Empress! So bad. But anyways, I'm going to stop the stream now. And I'll see you guys all later. Bye-bye!